1, 2, 3, 4. Yo, what's up, guys? Who's gonna be the first chatter today? Yo, I'm excited for this stream. We got something good planned this stream, guys. We got something good and thoughtful planned this stream. It's been a little bit too long since we've done a thoughtful stream, eh? A little too long since we've done a thoughtful stream. Level 10 Goon to this. Okay, we should train him up a little bit more. And no, we're not just playing Pokemon the whole stream. That's not what we're doing. Lady Cindy wants to battle. Yo, whoever's first to type in my chat, I'm gonna give you a big virtual smooch. Unless you don't want that, of course. If you don't consent to the virtual smooch, it's okay. Bang. Zigzagoon down. Did we fight all these trainers? I have kind of a perfectionist thing when it comes to Pokemon. Oh, you know what I need to do? Sorry, guys. I should do this. Oh, I'm spoiling what we're doing. I should do this before the stream, but I need to change the game. Yo, what's up, Krabby_3 married? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Okay. So, hey, Krabby_3 married, you asked me a question yesterday that I didn't answer that I want to answer. So you said, why was I spamming in the Discord yesterday? Let's see. So this is... Honestly, both of you guys were spamming, to be completely honest. But there was one, like, both you, some random guy, and your mom were spamming. But it was when... Yeah, it was this. This is the offense. Like a large GIF, another large GIF, another large GIF. Like, in general, I don't think, don't, like, talk to yourself in Discord, you know? That discourages other people from talking. And there's more up here, too, you know? Like, it's just a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, compare this to what's down here, right? It's, like, multiple people talking to each other, engaging in discussion. And this is more, like, the vision I have for the Discord, you know? Like, if, like, you can, like, post your memes and stuff. Like, I'm not saying don't post memes. Like, this is funny, you know? Well, it's not funny because your mom's going to the hospital. But you know what I mean? Sorry, that's not funny. And I hope she's doing well. But what I mean is, you know, it's, like, it's a place to engage with other people, not, like, talk to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's your explanation. But again, don't take it personally. Like, I like having you around and stuff. Okay, maybe the controls are better when I don't use my mouse. I probably should have done this yesterday. But also, congrats on being first, bro. Congrats on being first into chat. You get a big smooch. Actually, no, you don't get a big smooch because you're a child. And I had to go to jail for that. I had to go to jail for that. Yo, what's up, John Dong? Oh, wait, did I change? Hold on, sorry, guys. Did I change? I'm literally going insane. Okay, I did change it to just chatting. So you guys are probably wondering, what's with the thoughtful stream? You know, what's with the rare thoughtful stream? And I'll explain. Holy shit, this is actually pissing me off. We have a very thoughtful activity planned. Kind of similar to my streams, say, like, I don't know, 6 months ago or something. But we're going to kick that off once a few more people file in here. For now, and I decided I want to make this game like my chill game. This game is going to be like my default game. Like, I can talk to chat and shit when I played this game. Oh shit, look, secret passage. Holy pog. Pokeball, easy. Now, I decided that I don't want to catch a Shroomish. In fact, I'm going to farm the Shroomishes for XP, but I don't want to catch them because I realized that I want a Lotad / Ludicolo in my party. And he's a grass type. So I don't want to, like, I don't need to double up on grass, you know what I'm saying? That's a little too much grass. Yo, what's up, Time Walker? How you doing, bro? And we don't want to double up on grass. I mean, ideally, like, we embrace diversity in our Pokemon party and we don't have, like, a single type overlap. Now, I can make exceptions for sure, but I don't know. In past playthroughs of Pokemon, I've played with Breloom. So, we'll be okay without it this run, guys. We'll be okay without it. I came up with a good idea yesterday. What was it? Let's hear it. we're gonna judge you if it's not a good idea. No, I'm just kidding. This stream understands the power of brainstorming and the fact that, you know, the way you get to a good idea is through a lot of bad ideas. No, not doing the 6 Wingle strat. Although that would be really funny. I do love Wingles. I was thinking since I've gotten pretty good at trading stocks, I should apply to be a trader at a firm. Well, I think that corporate trading is very different than like... Oh my god, it's a Cascoon! Yo, I remember pogging out when I was a kid about like how fast the bugs evolve. I think corporate trading is very different than like hobby trading, or like, what's the word, recreational trading. So I would look into that. Bro says he's good at trading stocks. Yo, come in here and let me know some of your trades, bro. Oh shit. I already know it's Team Aqua because, yeah, I already did this, and then, yeah, I mean, if you were here yesterday, you would know that I lost all my progress, like, fucking twice, so. Oh shit, Team Aqua! I have to go, I just came to get my 10 stream streak. Yo, W 10 stream streak, bro. Isn't it about to be like 23 hours a day? If you're talking about being a professional trader, then yeah, that's the other thing with going into that field, is the hours are typically a lot. I thought that I wanted to go into finance, actually. I studied finance at college, but I decided not to because the like kind of people who go into that, no offense, John Dong, and also the hours. And I mean, at the end of the day, like, I wasn't really passionate about finance. Like, it was cool. Like, I like money, but, you know, I find that finance bros have, like, in general, they're, like, the social climbing type. Oops. In general, they're, like, the social climbing type, and I fucking can't stand that shit, man. Because I'm, like, as genuine as it gets, so I really just cannot stand, like, people who, you know, like, only try to talk to, like, the highest status person in the room and, like, you know, just suck their dicks and stuff. Like, suck the highest status person's dick. Like, I actually can't stand that shit. And there's a lot of that in the finance world. But I think part of that, too, is, like I was, like, doing finance in New York City. I think it's a little bit different. Damn, we're just fucking shredding the trainers in this forest. Anytime I've run into at the bars, any that I run into at the bars want to see what they can gain more than what they want to be friends. Yeah, exactly. Well said. Well said, Time Walker. Alright, Shroomish. I want to farm some Shroomish. I mean, they're not all like that, of course. Like, we're making a generalization here. Me can watch today because mommy happy. Me sell lemonade. Hell yeah, W lemonade, bro. W lemonade. Although I like Roblox. Hey, can you try to type coherently? Like, honestly, I can read what you say pretty well, but I think it's because you and I have, like, you know, you've been around and I just know how you type, but I don't know if most people can comprehend what you're saying. Also, watch it, bro. Like, I will not hesitate to time you out. You were a little naughty yesterday, Roblox. You were a little naughty. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think John Dong is like that, for sure. Like, I don't think John Dong gives me that impression. But I don't know John Dong. I mean, maybe he is. For all I know, John Dong could be like a professional hitman in Russia right now, operating out of like a little hut, like trying to, you know, get information about me. You never know. You never know. Kappa. You never know. Hey, never say never, chat. Never say never. Okay, let's save the game, guys. Let's save the game. Save progress. Ding. Okay. We're gonna start the segment. We're gonna start the thoughtful stream. Okay. So I'm gonna have to explain this. All right, listen up. Maybe I should have made a command for this, because people are going to come in and type, like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, hold on. Okay. So, okay. Oh, you guys can't see my screen. The fuck? Okay. So Sneeko's full therapy session with Healthy Gamer GG. Wait, by the way, I've decided I'm gonna make Pokemon Gamma Emerald like my chill game. Like what I do, like I don't know, just to start streams or like I'll do full streams of it too. I like the game and I think it's good. Good for stream. But anyway, okay, so who is Sneeko? Who is Healthy Gamer GG? So I mean, I'm assuming most of you know who Healthy Gamer GG is. Sneeko's full therapy session with Healthy Gamer GG. So Healthy Gamer GG is basically like a pop psychologist. Like he makes content and he's very insightful. He has this like way with words and a way that he navigates these conversations. I honestly wish it wasn't called a therapy session because I think that's kind of, it's not really doing justice to what this is. It makes it seem like it's something that it's not. I don't know what I would call it, but it's more like, okay, so this will make sense when I explain who Sneeko is. So I know Sneeko because I started watching his YouTube videos when I was a teenager. And he used to make these really creative, like, you know, semi-insightful, like kind of self-improvement-y videos, but I wouldn't call it like self-improvement. They're just like very artful and fun to watch. Yeah, Dr. K's content is great. Bjorn knows. I'm assuming most of you guys chat type 1 if you know who Dr. K is. I'm assuming most of you guys know. So I started watching Sneeko then, and his content was very, very chill, okay? But then, and like I wasn't a huge Sneeko fan or anything like that, but then Sneeko, it felt really random. It felt really random. Sneeko just like took this hard right turn and became super like misogynistic, like red pilly, like racist, like extremely political, and started hanging out with like Andrew Tate, and he went that route, okay? And Sneeko got banned from YouTube and Twitch, so that's why this is on Rumble. So this VOD, guys, isn't even on YouTube or Twitch. Like, we're on fucking rumble.com right now for this shit, all right? This is a hidden gem of the internet. And the reason I have this up, I watched this like years ago. I watched this years ago with a group of friends. And I just remember it being extremely like insightful and eye-opening. Yo, what's up, Coffee Son? Because like I saw the old Sneeko, who is once again very like, I don't know, like artful, like not sus at all, and then all of a sudden he took a hard right turn and he started becoming like misogynistic, like racist, like hanging out with Andrew Tate, like beating women, like that kind of thing. You know, let's actually see what Sneeko's up to today. So this is his YouTube channel. I think he's kind of chilled out actually since like that, because he got unbanned from YouTube. His channel used to be full banned from YouTube, but now he's unbanned. Let's see, his last video is 2 months ago, but he has another channel, Live Sneeko. So is he uploading on this? Live Sneeko? Well, he has 1 million subs on this too. Okay, he is. Okay, yeah, so he streams on Kick because he's banned on Twitch. Yeah, I mean, this content is like, it's a little bit sus, right? Like, it's not heinous. I feel like he's chilled out a little bit, but I mean, you can just like catch a vibe. But he wasn't always like this. Like, let's go to old Sneeko videos. Like, this is like the Sneeko that I knew. He would make videos like oldest. Okay, he has some really old videos on here. We might need to scroll. Yo, what's up, MWEB? Yo, Coffee Sun and the Goons are back. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Okay, wait, I scrolled too far. Let's see if he still has them up. It's like... yeah, it's like a video like this, where it's like a half a vlog.
There was no
and I mean, he's young in this. He's young in this.
About how people
he would just like...
And I was skinny enough to where people unironically told me to go eat a sandwich.
How are there no games found? How? How is that even literally?
He's like talking about concepts like ego, and in my opinion, he used to have a thoughtful, like, you know, insightful point of view about those things. Bro, Mew and Silky are running the game right now, bro. Yeah, dude, get Silky in the call, bro. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's Sneeko. That's Sneeko, and he just turned into a bigot. He turned into a bigot, and he had a conversation with Healthy Gamers GG when he was in full bigot mode. He was in full fucking bigot mode. Yo, what's up, Zeltrin? So this is that conversation. We're not gonna watch all of it. It's really long, but hey. The Moist Critical Sneeko drama is the only thing I know about the guy. I don't even know what that is. But Peter, thank you for the 6 months. Get some W's in the fucking chat for Peter right now. Get your fucking W's out. Did you wash that shirt from yesterday? Guys, I only wear this on stream. Do you guys not understand that? Like, people have asked me that so much. Like, I wear like a t-shirt during the day. And then maybe I shouldn't tell you guys this. Maybe I want you guys to, I'd get my W out, but it's dirty. Huh? Maybe I should have just LARPed like I just wear this every day. So it doesn't get dirty. But honestly, today I think I do need to wash it soon. But it's not like stinky, but I only wear it for a few hours every day. And it's not like I'm sitting here fucking like sweating in my chair. Low key just thought you came from work. Shit, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, I came from work at my my big corporate job where I manage a bunch of people and I do the hedge fund. I do the hedge fund thing. Dono $1. No, that was a fake dono. That was fake, Maverick. Yo, hey, no fake donos in the chat. Thank you. Okay, so anyway, long story short, I feel like I was way too long-winded here. Like Sneeko was very, very chill and a guy that I honestly kind of identified with. Like when I was a teenager watching his old artistic YouTube videos, talking about ego, talking about faking it till you make it. He was a guy. He was one of the boys, you know. And then he became a huge bigot and started hanging out with Andrew Tate. And Healthy Gamer GG is a Giga Chad. Yo, hydration check. Thank you. Hey, stay hydrated, chat. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it for this stream. Yo, what's up, RJO? How you doing, bro? Mr. Agent from United Talent Agency, Mr. Email me, Reed at United Talent Agency. Crappa! Okay, anyway. So yeah, that's the context, guys, and we're gonna watch this. Oh, and the reason this is on Rumble, okay. I remember, actually.
Hey, Dr.
So, okay. Alright. Just look at the chat, alright? I'm gonna cover it with my camera so I don't get banned on Twitch, but this is Sneeko's chat. Okay, on the left, the top left. So this gives you a glimpse of what kind of person Sneeko is. I'm just gonna let the chat play for a little bit and you guys can look at it, but then I'm gonna cover it so I don't get banned.
Okay.
Sneeko,
just look at this shit.
Nice to
How
meet
long
you.
until somebody types the
Nice to meet
N-word?
you too. Can you just count to 10 for me real quick?
What's with the
1,
therapy?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Perfect.
Can you?
Okay, it's actually not okay.
count to
W
420
therapist.
for
I
me?
mean, yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, 1, 2.
Yeah, I mean, okay. We're gonna cover it now. Okay, that's it. That's it for the chat. But that's the vibe. Sneeko is one of RJO's clients. Crappa. Okay, so we're gonna put my camera over here for this. Krabby me makes Sigma edit. Hell yeah. I spoke to my contacts over there. They're currently going through a restructuring process and aren't looking to sign any more digital talent. Yeah, man, I'm sure that's true. Yeah, go drink from your sippy cup and tell your mommy that Krabby said hello, all right? She'll know me. Okay. Had C Prime in my game today and it made me remember simpler times. Who is C Prime? Someone with that username? I miss those simpler times. Ooh, is this an edit Roblox of me? Oh shit. Okay. All right, your editing needs work, bro. It's gonna need a little more than this, but nice try. Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, my chatters are all Sigma chats except RJO. Old client had to drop Sneeko after he called me offensive words in a private Discord voice call. Yep, sounds legit. Anyway, okay.
4.
Okay, that's fine.
So Sneeko's whole chat is calling Healthy Gamer GG up. you know, like, what is this therapy? Like, you know, like dropping slurs and stuff, like streaming on fucking Kick or Rumble or whatever the fuck.
That's good. That's good. Sounds good.
Wait, can you guys hear this? Hold on.
How are you?
Okay, but anyway, so when I watched this with my friends in a car, okay? Nobody editing you, Unk? Yo, ask Evil Krabby that, bro. Yo, Evil Krabby's got something to say about that. But anyway, if you want to be clipped, head over to clipcentral.co. I mean, here's the thing about clipping. Okay, so I'm gonna explain why this video is lit, and then I'm gonna say my bit about clipping, okay? So I watched this video, or I listened to this when I was in a car with some of my friends driving to the beach. And we were like discussing it, and it was super insightful, and it almost felt like psychedelic is how like I would describe it, because it gets really meta, and you'll see Sneako. So he puts on this facade the whole time, right? Or like not the whole time, sorry. Sneako puts on this facade these days, this like red pill, like bigot Andrew Tate facade. And Healthy Gamer GG cracks that shit. He cracks that shit open. And then we get a glimpse of like the old Sneako. And then he puts the facade back up. But there are like very distinct moments when that happens. So it's super interesting. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, so Peter Buttermilk says, I have a feeling Sneako is going to try and debunk therapy. So that's a lot that happens too. Like they talk about therapy and if therapy is good. And Sneako, he tries to debunk it. You're spot on. Oh, I should move my chat. Probably. Yeah, okay. This is good. Krabby, rate your edit 0 out of 10. That shit was ass, bro. Okay, and then here's my thing about clipping, RJO. I think that in the modern day social media age, not all followers are the same. Like, if I could in theory like pay someone to clip me and like, you know, just post a bunch of shorts that, you know, do well. But the type of content that gets clipped matters a lot. Like, if it's content that doesn't represent my stream or represent who I am, like, then nobody's going to come to my stream, you know? But obviously, in theory, like, the content is like that, and then it's good. But I think the meta these days is more long-form videos.
Good, dude. How are you?
Okay, let's dive into this.
I'm like,
Are we streaming?
yeah, I'm live right now on Rumble.
Oh, okay, cool.
Cool. Are you streaming?
Nope.
Okay.
I think you're banned
Can
on
you
all
guys-
the platforms that I stream on.
How's
Yeah,
the volume?
That does happen. That does happen. So you're a therapist?
Was just on the hub and switched tabs and nutted to your face. Yeah, who the fuck is this, bro? This is first time chatter. Yo, mods, can we get this guy out of here, bro? Thank you. We're trying to have a thoughtful discussion here.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm a psychiatrist.
You're a psychiatrist. Okay. I don't believe in therapy, and I think it's a scam. And I don't think.
Okay, so we're opening with I don't believe in therapy, and he thinks it's a scam. So Peter Buttermilk was right on the money.
It's necessary, and I don't think that even if there is anything wrong with my brain, that this is going to be helpful whatsoever. I believe that men should just get over it and push forward. I think a better use of your time instead of talking about your feelings is working hard and building something.
Yeah, so this is a really good representation of who Sneako is. Like, you should just man up, right? Like, therapy's useless. Like, you shouldn't. Yeah. Now, okay, I hold a pretty nuanced view. I don't know if I want to get into my views too much. Like, I think therapy can be very useful. However, I also think that mental health these days, fuck, they're gonna have my head for this, bro. They're gonna have my head for this. I think mental health is a little bit overblown these days. Like, I think I think some people can use mental health as like a cope to not actually improve their lives. However, I do obviously like acknowledge the validity of therapy.
That's a better use of your time than anything that, even if this was
Agreed, Sneako is crazy, bro.
productive, my time would have been better spent making some money and getting stronger and getting better. But I want to be convinced that it's useful because a lot of people are talking about therapy, and people have accused me of being mentally ill quite a bit. They called me mentally ill since I was a child. I get that a lot from the internet saying Sneako needs to go to therapy. So maybe you can change that perception.
So Sneeko's going in like extremely skeptical. Like take note of that. Like Sneeko, he's obvious that he's just here for content. And he's like, yeah, like therapy's fucking useless, bro. Like I guess you can like do your like therapy magic, like work your therapy magic, bro. Like do it. You know, it's very like it's patronizing. Like he's patronizing Dr. K.
So let me just make a couple things clear. So I am a psychiatrist, but I'm not your psychiatrist.
Okay.
Is that clear? So I'm not
That's
doing
clear.
therapy with you, right?
Right.
You're not my patient.
Okay.
I'm not going to be diagnosing you or treating
God, I love my chat so much. You guys are just fucking insightful, like upstanding. Like I honestly couldn't ask for a better chat, bro.
you for anything.
Okay.
We're having a conversation, and if you,
Okay.
I didn't know what we were talking about, but
Oh,
if
we
you
can
want
talk,
to
we can talk about
about
anything. I'm just like prefacing with that.
yeah, that's totally fine. So, and I mean, if,
Yeah, and Dr. K, so this is part of the magic. Like Sneeko's obviously like being a dick. Like he's being an asshole and like his tone, he's being completely patronizing in my opinion. And Dr. K just like takes it. Or like he takes it and he spins it in a really good light. Or like in a really insightful way.
is that what you want to talk about?
No, I want to talk
Yeah,
about whatever. I
whether-
want to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Can I cry?
Can I cry?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know how this works.
It's not just that he's respectful. Like he's very respectful, but you'll see like the way that Dr. K navigates this conversation is fucking insane.
What are we supposed to do?
That's a great question. So, well, I mean, so was there something in particular?
I'll try to make more edits, but me and Chill Guy are on vacation. I think I should upload in 1 to 2 days. Hell yeah, blood. No rush, bro. No rush, by the way. Like you guys do you know, take as much time as you need. Like do what you want. Don't burn out as well. I'm kind of concerned that Evil Krabby's gonna burn out if you like try to post once a day because it is a lot. But yeah. Oh, are you guys brothers? When are you streaming next? I need to know when I should get some more lube. Why did I think that message was not going to be fucking heinous, bro? Why did I even fucking read that? Okay.
Particular that you were thinking about when we last connected? So I don't know if we reached out to you or you reached out to us or what exactly happened, but what was there something in particular that you had in mind?
Okay, what do you specialize in? I've seen you talk to some of my friends. You talked to Aiden for a couple hours, and you were able to dissect and figure some stuff out. And I don't know. I think this could be an interesting conversation. I don't really know.
I
I don't
completely
really know.
agree. I think this is going to be a very interesting conversation.
Buckle up, boys.
Okay.
I think it's I would. So let me tell you. So
Hey, chat, no links. If it's not a link segment, no links.
you asked how does this work? So I think there are a couple things to consider.
Okay.
We already talked about, you know, it's not my place to do a diagnostic assessment of you and say that you are or aren't mentally ill. That being said, sometimes I talk to people and people will have questions about particular things. Sometimes those are related to mental health. And I'm happy to answer
Oh,
questions.
wait, I should block the chat fully. Because I feel like if I don't block the chat fully, like a slur will pop up. And then the video will get banned from YouTube or something. Coffee Sun will send bits, but really it's me sending them? Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. But you know what they say? Don't count the horse's water till it's in the mouth. Wait. No, don't count your chickens until they hatch. Hey, speaking of chickens hatching, bro. Yo, thank you for the 300 bits. The 300 bits from Coffee Sun, but really from MWEB. Yo, WMWEB. I'm so sorry Sneeko does have problems. True. I need to fix the TTS on that. All right.
Questions about particular things or try to help people understand parts of themselves, which a lot of times people think is the same as therapy. That's not the same as therapy. It's something that understanding yourself is a part of therapy, but not all paths of self-understanding are therapy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They're not his, they're mine. Okay, W Coffee Sun then. I actually believe you, Coffee Sun. Coffee Sun, I like you, but I don't know if I like any of your friends. Maybe the two M guys are kind of on my good side. RJO is a little cuck boy. The two M guys are kind of chill, but I don't know, they've been weird this stream. Anyway.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, I really enjoyed hearing your take on how therapy is not real and how people should just tough it out.
It's real,
like
but it's a giant waste of time. Like I
Yeah,
don't think
so
there's some people
can I
that have
ask you
trauma.
about that?
Some people have trauma and PTSD. I think like veterans or
Dude,
stuff like that.
I don't think Sneeko actually believes that. Like, the kind of content that he used to post was low-key, like, I don't want to say woke, because it wasn't woke, but it was like, what, guys, maybe somebody in chat can help me. Chat, hey, let's try to be thoughtful for 1 fucking second, okay? What is a word for, like, the word I'm looking for is, like, it's, like, thoughtfully insightful, but not woke, but, like, understanding things well. Like, does anyone know, like, what's the word? Introspective? Yeah, he is very introspective. That's not the word I'm looking for, but he is very introspective. Like, oh, discerning! That's the word I'm looking for. Discerning. That word, like, he's a critical thinker, and from the content that I saw of him when I was a teenager, like, I don't know. Yeah, I thought he, like, had good takes. Sagacious? Is that even a word, bro? Is sagacious a word? I've never heard that word in my life.
They're really like
Profound? Profound is too powerful. Like, I wouldn't say he's profound. Like, profound is like, holy shit, Jesus Christ is fucking profound, you know? Sneeko's not profound. Look up sagacious. Sagacious. I didn't say that right. Sagacious. Having or showing... Oh, yeah. Discernment. See, here's my word. Having or showing keen mental discernment, good judgment, and practical wisdom. Okay, yeah, so this word's probably better than discernment. Because I think discernment is more like in acute settings. So discernment is like, wow, the CEO is very discerning. Ability to judge well, see what's subtle or hidden, and make wise choices. Yeah, so sagacious is actually more... Yo, W swap, actually. W swap. No, not libtard. That's not what I was saying. That's not... That shit got me hard and my meat hard. You look shaggy. Eh.
death, and I can see how it can be effective, but I think most people that go to therapy just like to hear themselves yap in real
Yeah, he was super practical and nonpartisan. Exactly.
time. I think that they like their own problems. They like feeling like a main character, and it's just a way to vent, and it's like a pussy way of dealing with your problems. It's an easy way out. I think it's actually I think people give themselves a lot of credit for going to therapy. Like, it's something difficult. So I think it's really easy to sit on a couch and talk. I think what's better is moving forward and trying to, shove it down and keep going. Because even if you don't shove it down, you're still going to think
it's so fake. I don't know. I feel like it's obvious that he's just saying this for his chat. And you guys can't see it because it's hidden, but the chat right now, they're all calling Dr. K the F slur for gay. Like, it's like therapists. Like, that's what they're saying.
I think people have this idea that you need to process your feelings on a couch next to a guy. You could process your feelings like while you work. A lot of times I'm thinking about the things that I'm dealing with while I'm working. And that could be therapeutic as well. Or pray.
I think he's acting in good faith, but his mind is fucked up. Like a slave to his chat and he doesn't know it. Maybe. Maybe Andrew Tate brainwashed him.
Sure. I think prayer is much more therapeutic.
Okay, so when you say therapeutic,
I like how he complains about using therapy as a place to vent as he vents about his feelings toward the fact.
Yeah, that's great, dude. So I'm excited about this conversation. So let me.
Bumbleclaw. That's funny. But anyway, I love Dr. K because Sneeko was pretty kind of patronizing in the beginning, not in the last few sentences, but he was kind of patronizing. Dr. K just absorbs it and he's ready to fucking go. I just love that.
Just ask you a couple of things. So when you say that you think therapy is a waste of time,
you fake now, don't respond anymore. Yeah, hey, let's see what your last message was, Brendan. Let's see what you want me to respond to, little bro. All right, let's see it. Okay. You're fake now. You don't respond. Let's see your message. Fuck therapy. He's right. Just keep stroking your shit. That's the real therapy. Yeah, bro. Oh, do you play football? Dude, that's sick. I was going to time you out, but then I saw you played football, so I actually respect that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Because you're basically just saying, the answer already. I think when you walk into therapy, you already know the answer. Instinctually, you know.
They're gonna have my head for this. They're actually gonna fucking cut my head off for this. But I do see what Sneeko's saying, and I do think in some cases I think in a statistically significant percentage of cases, I think this is kind of true. However, I do think therapy is very helpful for a lot of people, and I also see like the other side.
What you're supposed to do, and you kind of just want to talk about it to make yourself feel better.
So where do you get the idea that therapy is about? Where do you get your impression of what therapy is?
From everybody that talks about concepts.
That's a good question.
Like, you know, I'm from New York, and you all hear all these people in Manhattan. Everybody, all the libs, they talk about, like, I was just talking to my therapist. Oh, I just told my therapist. Oh, my therapist. They're calling their therapist. I need to talk to my therapist about this. People have relationship problems, and like, oh, we need to go talk about it to my therapist for 5 hours and have a deep therapy. Like, it's been way more normalized. And I think they prescribe a lot of problems so that you always come back. It's the same reason why the pharmaceutical companies do not want you to be healthy, so that you continue to buy their medicine. If I go to a therapist, your job is to take my money for my mental health problems. Why would you want me to get better? You don't. You want me to keep coming back and pay.
See, this is also like, I actually think what he said, that's also like, I don't want to say it's valid because that makes it sound like I fully agree with him. However, this is why the kind of therapy that I believe in most is called cognitive behavioral therapy. And cognitive behavioral therapy is one of the most like scientifically backed like forms of therapy. And when you go to a cognitive behavioral therapist, like they put you on a timeline and they say like, okay, this is the problem, this is how we're going to fix it, and this is how much time it's going to take. And if it's a success, you won't see me in the future. It's very like, you know, scientific, like scientific method type shit. Like I like that. Versus like more general therapy, it's like, it's a little more ambiguous. You just like talk to a person, and I think it can still be helpful, but I just like cognitive behavioral therapy.
And you, so...
Yo, my fiance and I, W Chatter, who touches grass, has a fiance, have a CBT workbook we bought from Barnes & Noble. Nice.
You're going to tell me...
You guys use it? Would you rather have no lungs or be able to racket slam your ham with no hands? I mean, you need lungs to survive.
Oh, come back next week and we'll unpack this and we'll unpack that. I don't need to unpack all this from childhood. I'm an adult. I'm 25. I'm gonna shove it down and keep going. Why do I want to unpack this stuff?
That's funny. I can make that into an edit. The Time Walker chat about his fiance, like picking up a book from Barnes & Noble versus fucking MWEB's fucking cooked ass gooner chat, bro.
Okay. What has happened when you've tried to unpack it?
Unpack what? Childhood?
So you said that like, I don't want to unpack it. I want to shove it down.
Yeah,
right?
shove it down.
So like, what is so? Obviously, you'd want to do that.
Sneako's doing this, by the way. Sneako's doing this because his chat does not like this like therapy session, so he's putting like soccer highlights on like Subway Surfer
for a reason, right? So you've had some experience that makes you prefer.
Well, I'm speaking generally. Like people will talk about how they go into therapy and unpack all this stuff. It's better. Like I don't understand why people are 35 reliving all that. Why? Okay, I get it, but I just think that's a stupid decision.
Well, what do you get when you say you get it? Why do you think all these stupid people are in therapy?
What do you mean get it?
Like, well, you said you get it. So I'm curious, what do you get? Why do you think all these people are in therapy if it's such a...
I think Dr. K's kind of missing the ball here in these questions, but I think he cooks. After this.
Colossal waste of time and essentially a monetary leech.
Because it's easier to talk about things rather than find an action that's gonna... It's easier to talk your way out of a problem than work your way out of it. Working is hard. Pushing forward and...
I mean, that's also true. Like, it's really easy to talk about things and... You know, a lot of time just talking about your problems and talking about, like, strategies and stuff, like, you know, talking about changing your life, it's like mentally jerking yourself off.
Doing things that are difficult, that's harder, right? Like I consider the gym therapeutic. I consider sparring. I spar quite a bit. I consider that therapeutic.
Yeah, so I think those things are therapeutic too. And I mean, I'll be the first to say that I don't think therapy is therapeutic for everyone. I think that the concerns that you have are actually like quite valid in terms of...
Yeah, I like that Dr. K take too. Therapy is not therapeutic for everyone. Like some things are therapeutic for some people. Therapy works for some people. For some people, going to the gym works, you know?
I think sometimes therapy goes on way longer than it needs to. I don't really think that in my experience,
Krabby, would you rather watch Garnacho at Chelsea highlights or have both of your limbs cut off and surgically transform into a walrus? Probably the former if I'm keeping it 100, bro. You're not Joe Bart, wrap this up. Yo, this is my fucking stream, bro. If you got a problem with it, get the fuck out.
most therapists that I know are not interested in keeping people there for monetary reasons.
Ban RJO? Honestly, I might. He's kind of a head ass. RJO, like, unironically, is kind of a head ass. But I like the rest of you guys.
And this very simple reason for that is there's no shortage of patients. So if you stop paying me, there's like literally a line out the door of like hundreds of people. Like the average waiting list for a therapist is like 3 or 4 months.
I haven't heard that word in so long. Yeah, I think yeah, exactly. No, it describes RJO really well. I'm pretty proud of that word choice.
Wait, you don't
Krabby forgot to do the push-ups. Yes, I know. I owe you guys a lot of push-ups, okay? I'll do them at the end of the stream if somebody reminds me. But somebody's got to remind me.
And it's, when you see like a blue hair transgender walk in, you don't like rub your hands together like, oh. No, like when you see like
Okay, that was kind of funny.
a dude that looks like a girl with kitten ears, like
What makes
and
what makes
eyeliner.
me go like this is listening to you talk about therapy.
Why?
Because I think that there's like a lot of stuff to talk about that excites me.
Okay.
It's not the blue-haired transgenders, man. It's
Okay.
dudes.
Also, I love, like, okay, this is what Dr. K is doing well. Dr. K is, like, taking Sneeko's, like, obviously, like, offensive comment and, like, laughing it off. Like, because Dr. K, like, I like that he's not too woke. Like, I actually think me and Dr. K, like, share that. Like, he can also laugh about the blue-haired transgenders. Because I think, like, that bit was, like, kind of funny, you know? And some people would, like, be really offended by that. But Dr. K, and maybe some of this is, like, getting on Sneeko's level with him. And you can see, look at Sneeko's face. He's, like, he's seeing that he's laughing with him. Yeah, he's disarming. Yes, that's a great way to put it. That's a great way to put it. Nobody cares? Yo, RJO, I'm going to time you out, bro. Like, yo, the rules are no bad vibes, and you're kind of bringing the bad vibes. Take 10 minutes and think about your vibes, and then maybe you can be welcome here after that. Bro said L streamer, nobody cares.
Dudes who focus on shoving it down in action and don't care to engage with their internal environment, which is a little bit of a judgment because I don't know that that's actually the case with you. But yeah, I mean, this excites me.
Okay.
But anyway, what do you think about what I said about, with their waiting lists? 50% of therapists don't take new patients. Like, we're full up. Like, we don't need your particular money because there's like tons of people that are waiting to give us their money.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Fair, but maybe the whole system works together. The pharmaceutical companies, the therapists, they all work on the fact that people's mental health. People are always talking about mental health. They all profit off of that. In a world where people fix their problems with prayer and with gym, that whole industry would never exist at all. So even though you might not need more patients, it's all based on the fact that everybody's diagnosing themselves in real time.
Well, so let me ask you this.
I also do think there's like a huge overdiagnoses of mental health disorders. Shaggy, if you shout me out, I'll stop jerking. Okay, 1, don't call me Shaggy. 2, yo, how the fuck did you find this stream, bro? Don't tell me you're one of Coffee Sun's goons as well.
So when you said
Sneeko, I think, is too skeptical, and I feel like if people don't need therapy, they just won't go. I mean, he is skeptical. But he thinks it's all useless, like that's the claim. Like it's useless for everybody.
fix their problems with prayer, how does that work?
Well, I just came back from Mecca, and you can see people. You call sujood when you put your head to the floor, and you see people sometimes like sobbing. Or when you go to the masjid on Friday, I'm going to go tomorrow 1 p.m. for Jummah. You see people like crying, and it's because they're definitely thinking of things that they're asking God for certain things to be fixed.
Considered converting to Islam.
And I consider that therapeutic. That same type of tear that they crying that they might do in therapy. Instead, they're connecting with God. I think all those problems, like opening up about unpacking stuff like that, you should unpack it with God. I see them and the way that they are. And I felt it too when I was in.
So I mean, that's also like extremely therapeutic, and that like serves that purpose in people's lives if you're religious, right?
Mecca, for example, and praying
But that doesn't mean therapy's useless.
next to the Kaaba, I really everything that was going on in my head and everything. It's not like I have to shove it down. I know everything that's there, but it becomes present when you're in prayer. You feel it. You're thinking about it. You're reminded of everybody you love. You're reminded of your past. You're reminded of your.
We should have a sit down with Coffee Sun's goons, especially RJO. Honestly, yeah, let's do it. Let's have a Coffee Sun goon intervention.
Flaws. You're reminded of what you want to do better on. You're reminded of your fears and everything, and then you.
Brendan, I'm gonna time you out if you don't chill out. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm not gonna be like, you know, like, it's a Twitch chat, you know, like, I don't take it super seriously. Like, I get it. Like, you guys want to goon or talk about gooning. Like, this is your outlet for like being a retard. Like, I get it. Like, do it in my Twitch chat, bro. But if it's like enough, you know, there's a line.
Look to God for strength and for guidance and to keep you on
W Subway Surfers, is that on the VOD or is Krabby a genius? No, this is what fucking Sneeko put on, bro. Sneeko put this shit on.
the straight path.
Okay, so let me just make sure I heard you. So when you pray, so it sounds like you feel a lot of positive emotions.
And negative too.
Chat, do we like it? Do we like chat? Type 1 if you like the Subway Surfer here. Type 2 if you dislike it, and type 3 if you don't give a fuck, like indifferent. Really, you guys like it, dude? That's crazy.
Like I wouldn't say positive too, but like everything.
That's
I wasn't
crazy.
done. So you said you feel a lot of love, you feel a lot of fear, right? You think about people that
That's
you love.
crazy.
You also think about actions that you want to take and places that you want to go. So you have
All right, I guess I'm stealing the tech.
goals that you think of.
Right.
And then what? Help me understand this part about God. Where does God enter the picture?
I would prefer. I can understand why therapy is helpful for a lot of people, but I think it's better to go and talk that out, talk about your trauma and your past to God rather than to a man.
Okay, so
It's something to stare at that isn't two dudes trying to outsmart each other. So I think this is interesting, and I think if I remember this correctly, they're gonna talk about this. But Sneeko is trying to like outsmart or like debate Dr. K, but I don't think Dr. K is trying to do that to Sneeko.
I'm not trying to debate you, okay? So I'm not trying to like catch you or something.
I
I'm
understand,
I'm
yeah.
confused. Because now you're saying you think that therapy can be helpful for other people, but prayer is superior.
Yes.
So there's some benefit to therapy because it sounds like a lot of the I'm assuming that you think a lot of the mechanisms are say you talk about your positive emotions, you talk about your negative emotions, you talk about your goals. You can do that with a person, but it's better to do it with God.
Yes.
What makes it better with God?
Because
These are good questions. Like, I mean, I'm just gonna glaze Dr. K real quick. Nah, I'm just kidding. Not actually, but do a little tribute to Dr. K. No, I'm just playing. But Dr. K, like, he synthesized Sneeko's like argument, if you want to call it an argument, his point really well. And then he asked a really good question.
I don't believe in
Dr. K.
confessing your deepest, darkest secrets and sins. I think that you're going to embellish the truth. I went to therapy one time. I was 19, and I was talking to this woman. I was basically like,
Krabby, I love you. Good night. I'm going to bed. See you, Brendan. Oh, dude, am I going to be able to use... Dude, what are the YouTube frogs going to think when they see this fucking chat? I don't know, whatever. I'll address that. Oh, that's a champagne problem.
head over heels about this girl. I was in college, and like it was just a lot of things. I was just like going through like so I decided, all right, like everybody's doing this therapy thing, I'll pay her. And then she had giant tits. She was like really gorgeous, and so I ended up embellishing the story. And instead of like actually being honest, I was just trying to like, you know, I was like spitting game on her like I was on a date. And I realized in that moment, like I can't fully be honest with the person because the only person you can really be honest with is God. To a person, you're always going to be able. There's going
I just joined from TikTok. Yo, what's up, Prosty Dylan? W TikTok joiner.
be a level of entertainment. There's going to be a level of lying. You're going to try to make sure that they're engaged. You're going to try. Your ego is going to
I posted a lot of TikToks today. I posted a lot.
be involved. When I'm talking to God, I don't have any ego. There's nothing. There's nothing that I need to hide, or it's just because God.
See, this is also like really based, and I think religion can be therapeutic for a lot of people. But again, that doesn't make therapy useless for people. I feel like Dr. K is going to say that.
Is all knowing. God's the best of planners, so He's gonna know. And I even noticed that a lot when I was praying in Mecca. I felt all the ego and the little blockades that I had in my head, and the barriers that you have when you talk to a person.
Yeah, literally, Snickery.
They're absent when I talk to God.
Okay. Can I think for a second?
Yeah.
I also love that shit that Dr. K does where he goes, "Can I think for a second?" Like it's very based.
Conversation so far, by the way.
Interesting.
Okay.
Also, I like how they get meta. He's like, "How is this conversation going? How do you think this conversation is going so far? Are you trying to be the next Joe Bart?" Yeah. Joe Bart is unironically one of my biggest inspirations. And he's who I don't think I'm exactly like Joe Bart, but I think I have some Joe Bart qualities. Like I think I have a similar range. Like Joe Bart has a really wide range. Like he can get really goofy and like ragey, but he also like has a very thoughtful side. And I like to think that can be similar.
So let me just make sure I understood. So you tried therapy
Or I'm
once,
coping and fucking wasting my life.
and because your therapist had big tits, it sounds like you activated a different mode of relating to that person.
Yeah.
So you started like hitting on her.
I remember like telling the story, and I was like, even my gestures, I was like, all right, so boom. So I was at the spot, and then we really did it. And like, I'm making them like, I got this girl, and I'm doing my thing. And I was just like talking like I was talking to, like, I was trying to come off cool.
Yeah. So would you say that what you did for that hour with that person was therapy?
Hell no.
Bad therapy.
What made it bad?
Actually, think about it. Like, I did learn some things, and I didn't need to go back anymore. So, yeah. But I think the reason it was effective was because I realized that I don't need therapy. Like, it just helped me realize that this is unnecessary. So I did get to talk things out. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
I'm honestly, I'm not trying to.
Sneeko's like smiling and laughing. See, Sneeko, he thinks this is a debate. Sneeko's like, "You got me, Dr. K. Like, you got me. You pinned me into a corner, man." But it's not like, yeah, exactly. He thinks that Dr. K like won. Like, this is not a debate though. Or Dr. K is not treating this like a debate.
Like debate you or like I have no interest in
Oh, and now we're addressing it. Oh, holy based. Okay, let me just let him cook.
proving you wrong. Honestly, I have no interest in that. Okay. It's just I'm just like kind of curious because here you are saying, okay, I tried therapy, but it sounds like it's kind of like saying like, okay, swimming is a waste of time, and then you ask me like, why do you think it's a waste of time? Well, I went to the beach and like I never really got in the water. I just hung out on the sand, and like swimming is a waste of time, right?
Well,
so you went there,
yeah.
you did something, but I mean, you're telling me that you treated this person, you didn't do therapy, you started flexing for her,
Yeah.
right? That's not therapy.
Okay.
Now, and I think that that's fair, right? Because you're also saying that, okay, like the problem with therapy is that when you go, you can't be completely vulnerable or honest with another human being.
Yeah.
Because, and so some kind of script, and I would guess if I asked you like, okay, let's say that there wasn't a female therapist with big tits. Let's say the therapist was like, I don't know, a middle-aged dude. You would still be activating some kind of script with them,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And so what I'm hearing you say is that the cool thing with God is that there's no scripts.
Right.
So I'm kind of curious about something. So like one of the advantages of therapy, right, is that there's another human being there. Now that's a disadvantage because now ego enters the picture. Maybe you're trying to impress them. Maybe you don't want to be vulnerable, like totally fine. But there's also an advantage, which is that there's a person there, right? So they're able to listen, they're able to respond, they're able to interact, they're able to observe. And maybe I'm making an...
Yeah, this is a side note, but like external perspective is super powerful. External perspective, there's something like I think I give way better advice than like I actually like. I'll use video editing for example. I think I give really good advice when somebody gives me like a video and says like critique this video, but when it comes to like looking at your own video, it's just so hard. Like I feel like having somebody else to like look at it who you trust is just super valuable.
Assumption here, so I'm going to ask about this. Do you think that God does those things?
Observes and listens and...
Yeah, Time Walker is funny. Time Walker's not serious. Time Walker doesn't actually think that it lowers your male value so you can't be vulnerable to other humans. I don't think Time Walker thinks that.
And talks back.
Yeah, I do.
And in what way?
If you want something or you're looking for some sort of guidance, you can ask God and God will respond.
How?
Not in the way that a human does, but there is a response, and it's just
Breakfast.
it's kind of instinctual, and like you can. He'll tell you what you should be doing, because I think deep down you always do know the answer.
So when you say, so you're saying that God will tell you, and then
Yeah.
you're saying deep down you know the answer. So are we saying that deep down the voice that's talking to you is God? Is that you or is that God? Or am I not understanding the?
Well, I mean, we're all God's creation, so there's a sort of connection. I think deep down you all know, because we're all born pure, and then we start to become corrupted with sin. We start to become corrupted by what's around us, and then that's what creates the blockade. So, like, behind all the ego, behind the mess and the programming, you know what the truth is. But you can ask God when you drop it, and you're able to hear His guidance.
Okay, what makes it easier or harder to hear His guidance?
I think it's actually in a lot of ways it's harder. It's not easy to.
No, I'm reading the chat. I see the whoa, 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 whoa.
To be vulnerable.
Okay, I swear, if the VOD like got fucked up and I had to find where I was, Chogai, you were getting timed out for that shit, bro.
Like that.
Holy shit! I love taking out my anger on my chatters.
It's not easy to get to that.
I love that shit. Yo, does anybody want to be timed out? Does anybody want to be timed out? I just feel a little pissed off right now. Does anybody want to be timed out?
Point. It took me a long time, but I do know it's possible after consistently praying.
Me? All right. Come back in. Let's give you a 1 minute. Come back in 1 minute, bro. Oh, that felt so good. Holy shit, that felt so good.
Right. So what makes it easier or harder to hear?
Retroactively time out the Gooners. I mean, I feel like a little bit of like retardation is fine. It's just like people like that guy Brendan who like take it too far that I think I should time out.
God's voice? Because you said sometimes it's easier and sometimes it's harder. I'd agree.
Well, you have to it's full.
But I don't like, at the end of the day, this is a recycled bit, so I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, this is a Twitch chat. It's like, this isn't like a Socratic seminar, and you know, I don't think people should take what's in the Twitch chat seriously. And I think if what's said in the Twitch chat offends you, you should probably just close the Twitch chat. Now that being said, obviously, like I do want to, I don't want to have a completely uncensored chat.
Submission to God.
But I do. Is it crazy to say I like the energy of like some like edgy chats? Like I like the energy, you know.
And there's a lot of like sometimes people aren't able to do that because they're sinning, or sometimes people aren't able to do that because.
Krabby, I think you need therapy from a racked up therapist so you don't take your anger out on chat. No, but taking my anger out on chat is therapeutic for me, and therapy's useless. Therapy's useless.
They're too angry, they're too emotional, depends on what.
I also had a secret clause in that deal. Did you? Yeah, exactly. I think it's better than a sterile chat. Like, I agree.
What state you are in life, but if
I'm back. Oh no.
you can get to that point, then
You're gonna have to show that missile and jerk off live. Wouldn't you like that, you fucking gay? Nothing wrong with being gay, but gay gooner watching my stream.
then you're able to communicate with God.
Okay. So
I get it, Krabby, because you want people to be authentic instead of being afraid to be themselves. Yeah, that's part of it too. I'm a big like authentic guy, you know.
hearing that. I'm with you that if you're able to get to that point, it's great, right?
This is a very accepting community, you know. This is a very non-discriminatory community. We don't discriminate against the racists. We don't discriminate. Well, okay, no, sorry. That's not what I meant to say. We do discriminate a little bit against the racists and the sexists. But this stream is free of racism, misogyny, sexism, yeah, wait, I'm saying two different things right now. All right, never mind. We're just gonna resume the VOD. Dr. K is basically getting him to question his own logic without even arguing because he doesn't think it's a debate. Yeah, Dr. K, I mean, whatever he's doing right now is super based. It is not free of those things. Oh, yeah? Does anybody want to say something racist in the chat? Yo, someone say something racist in the chat so I can make an example out of you. Krabby, please don't swear. My mom watches the chat. Okay, Roblox. One, I don't swear a lot on stream, so that's fine. But two, if your mom is watching, don't show her the chat. Like, just watch it without the chat. You know. You know what I wish I could do? I wish I could make my chat like family or like 18 plus. You know, like you have to be 18 plus to like look at my chat. Okay, Swap says Indian or not, it's being compared to bug and poop even in jest. That's bad faith. Okay, that's not very coherent. Can I be racist? Yes, say something racist so I can make an example out of you right now. I will make an example out of you, and I will show you what I would do if you typed this during a not meta moment like this. Okay? Does anybody want to type something racist? I just want to show that my stream, I'm a cracker. Now, that's not racist. That's not racist. Because you are a cracker. I'm a cracker too. My brother. My brother. My mom made me turn off the stream because people say bad stuff. No! Bro, just close the fucking chat. Close the chat.
Right? So you hear some...
The Irish are all alcoholics. No, guys. You can't be racist against white races. It can't be against white races. It has to be against people of color. Otherwise, it's not actually racist.
kind of voice or some kind of knowing or instinct or connect with the divinity within you. Is it cool if I call it that?
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm also hearing that it's not entirely clear what the mechanism or methodology to connect with God is. So there's certain
Okay, we need to chill. We're going too far. We're going a little too far, guys. We're going a little too far.
things that get in the way, maybe anger, maybe sin.
An Indian person called you a cracker? See, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. If it hurt your feelings, it hurt your feelings.
But even if I'm not angry...
Are you situationally racist? I mean... No.
Or I'm not sinning, does that guarantee I will hear God's voice?
No.
Or right? So then what else goes into it?
No, I'm just fine. I think everyone is. I think that everyone is. And I think that people who say they're not racist at all, like, can be some of the most racist. Like, I think a lot of boomers kind of hold on to this, like, notion that if you acknowledge racism, it's racist. Like, if I say racism exists, then boomers think that, like, that's racist. And it's, like, white boomers who think that. But in reality, like, acknowledging it is, like, bringing light to it. Oh, you guys want to see the Sneeko chat? Okay, trigger warning, trigger warning. And I'm just showing you guys this. Okay, this moment is like in 10th grade English class when you're reading a book with the N-word in it. And you can say it because it's like teaching you guys, okay? So now I'm teaching you guys what Sneeko's chat is like, okay? Look at Sneeko's chat. Just look at that mess. This is the kind of person, like they're talking about Dr. K. Like this is the kind of person that Sneeko is and the kind of chat that he's cultivated, okay? That was for educational purposes. I'm making my chatters better people. Yeah, it's gross. It's terrible. It's terrible. Boomers go into cover 3 defense when accused of racism. But anyway, so I wanted to say something a little more about the situationally racist point. Now, I do think that there are naturally going to be like patterns that emerge when it comes to groups of people. I think some groups of people are going to tend to act similar ways because they have a similar culture. Now, I think that's fine. Now, when it gets racist is if you assume somebody of that group is going to act a certain way because of a pattern you've noticed. Like, you need to treat every interaction like it's a blank slate. Kind of that's how to truly not be racist.
Fear.
Race exists and everyone is different and unique. True.
It could be like sometimes.
I'm black in 2K. Can I say the N-word? No.
For example, well.
Okay, Maverick, that's too far, bro. You can't type that Indian people are smelly in my chat, bro. That's too far. I feel like I have to time you out for that, bro. I have to fucking time you out for that, bro. Hey, Rogue the Demon, thank you for the 2 months, bro. Maverick, listen, I like you, bro, but I can't let that fly. I can't let that fly. No, dude. You can't say that in my chat. I have to time you out, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hope you don't take it personally. But if I didn't time you out, then it would. I just can't. You know, like, I just can't. LARPer spotted. It's Krabby3. Yo, what's up, Rogue the Demon? Thank you for the 2 months, bro. Yo, let's get some W Rogues in the chat. W Rogues in the chat. Can you give me $10 so I can donate you $10? Nope, that's a scam.
Oh, I'll give you
Krabby, let me fart on it. Fart on what?
Islam, for example, because I'm a Muslim, and a lot of people connect with God in different ways, and I don't think any of that is inherently wrong. But for example, when you pray in Islam, you're supposed to make wudu before, which is cleansing yourself. You're supposed to wash your arms, wash your feet. You're supposed to wash your face, your ears, and everything. You're supposed to be in a clean state. Even when you pray in Mecca, you're supposed to be wearing a white garment that's clean. Like there's a way to purify yourself and make sure you have true intentions. Even when you're washing yourself before prayer, you're supposed to make sure, like, the whole point is to make clear intentions that I'm going to pray, or else you're.
How do you donate? You can subscribe on Twitch, or there's a link to donate. And if you use the link, let me know, because I don't know if the TTS works. Trust builds important relationships. You learn with age. I feel like I already know that, like, respectfully. Like, I think the best and most lucrative and most fruitful relationships on both a personal and a financial front come with time, and, like, you know, come from these, like, evergreen relationships with the same people where you trust each other, and so you don't have to think twice about, like, signing a contract or, like, doing a business deal with somebody, because you, like, fully trust them with your whole heart, you know. I'll be here every day then, man. Oh, hell yeah. Yo, is that a... Yo, thank you for the 40 bits. Thank you for the 40 bits. Wait, did that happen on screen? I've never gotten that before, an on-screen celebration.
Your prayer isn't accepted. Like, even when you get on your knees and put your head to the floor.
I trust Krabby to never hit a Neo when it matters. Yo, Krabby, don't forget about me. Oh, Brendan, after what you've typed in my chat today, I'll never forget about you.
You can't just go through the motions and expect.
Unfortunately. Krabby, when will you end stream? Los Pollos is live streaming. Dude, are you fucking how are you gonna go from this stream to fucking Los Pollos, bro?
To be able to connect with God, you have to have clear intentions to do that. So I think there's a lot of things. If you're emotional, or if you don't have faith, sometimes people just don't have faith. Like, there's a lot of things that can block your faith. Okay.
So then let's say I'm having trouble, right? Let's say I don't really have faith, or I'm afraid, or I'm angry. Actually, forget about that. I realized I was slipping into a debating kind of mode, so I'll just say what I'm going to say.
Okay.
So.
Oh my God, dude. Dr. K, fuck, he literally might be the second coming of Jesus Christ, man. Like, dude, if somebody said that to me in a conversation, I would literally coom, like, mentally. Like, if I was talking to somebody and they were like, oh, sorry, like, I was slipping into a debate mode of conversation, like, that is just so self-aware and extremely based, and just, like, I don't know. It's just so good, man. It's so thoughtful. It's so wise. It's so wise. Mentally, bro, relax. Relax.
Here's where I think there's an advantage to therapy. So I completely agree with everything that you've said. Okay? I think the challenge, though, is that what you're sort of talking about is, like, difficult.
Because people do it so much. Like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves, is when people, like, I'm having a conversation and I can clearly tell the other person's engaging with it like a debate. Like, fuck that energy, man. Let's leave that energy in 2025. You know what I'm saying, girls? Krabby, you should make a baby so you can be like Wad and make videos with your mini Krabby child. Oh, is that where Wad's skin flute came from? Is that where Wad's skin flute was in the edit that you made about me fighting Los Pollos? Fat Krabby fought Hamster Los Pollos. Oh my, legendary fucking history right there. Krabby, do you have crabs? Yeah, that's why my name is Krabby, because I contracted uncurable crabs at the age of 6 when my uncle molested me.
He's within you. So, like, let's just take faith, for example. So not having faith is, like, really tricky. right? Because faith is not something that is born of logic. It's born of faith. It's the belief in something. And if you really look at
I
it,
actually agree. I don't like.
you can't have a faith. You can't have faith if you have knowledge, because knowledge is when you know something. Faith is when you believe something, right? You have faith in something. Agreed there? And I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm laying out how my understanding of things.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So I think the big advantage of therapy is that you've got like another human being. So if you have other problems, right? So like if you have, let's say, fear or anger or a lack of faith, that there's actually like another human being there to help you with those barriers.
Right. But humans are inherently flawed and we're never going to be perfect. So
Absolutely.
a therapist.
Hey, W new only crab subscriber. When are you gonna jelk on stream? Never. Let me fuck. Brendan, I hope you know that across the billions of parallel universes, no, trillions of parallel universes, I don't think there's one where you and I fuck. I don't think there's a single one.
This advice is always going to be inferior to God's because God's all-knowing and God is perfect and God's more intelligent than us. But I don't think that there's any human that's better than me or smarter or that knows anything that I don't know because we're all created equal. So, I mean, it's good to kind of voice those things. And that's why that therapy session that I had with that woman with the giant.
Now, that's naive. I feel like a lot of people, especially like smarter people, they're kind of prone to think that like, oh, what does this therapist or what does this doctor know that I don't know? Like, we're all people. But I do think there's a certain level of respect that should be, given when people study for years to do something, to become something.
Breast was
Sneako's just stupid. See, I don't agree with that. I don't think he's stupid. Because I'm so biased and that sounds bad, but I said this at the beginning of the stream. I used to watch Sneako's content before he became a bigot. And it was really good and wise and sagacious is a new word that we learned today about what his content is. Imagine spinning 3 apples. Yep, I can do that. Chat, type 1 if you can imagine 3 spinning apples in your head. Type 2 if you can't. I'm going to time you out if you type 2.
Because I realized something.
No, Coffee Sun can type whenever he wants, bro. Coffee Sun's low-key goated.
She didn't tell me anything. It was just me talking that made me realize that this is useless. And
Arrogance runs with bigotry. Let me think about that. Yeah, I think that's true a lot of the time.
I don't need this. I think when you talk to...
I don't know. I feel like I feel like some of his artsy videos were good. Even if they weren't deep, like they were still good watches. But I'm talking like way back, bro. I'm talking from like 2018, 2019.
So
well, hold on a second. So once again, I don't disagree with any of your premises. I just don't, I come to a different conclusion. So
damn. Yo, that was like the kicker, like tying this whole conversation together so far. Because I agree with what Dr. K said. Like, I don't necessarily disagree with like Sneako's like premises. Obviously, like there's some things inside the premises that are a little bit sus. But like, how does that equal that streaming is useless? Krabby, do you have any pets? Nope.
You kind of said, I'm with you.
Just you chill, guy, in my basement.
That human beings are flawed, right? And so, but just because a human being is flawed doesn't mean that a human being can't help another human being.
True. Yeah, I'm not saying it's completely useless. I'm just saying that prayer's better.
Yeah, it would be hard for me not to defend myself after that statement as good as it was. That's true. It is hard. So we're talking about this like not slipping into debate mode. It's very hard. It takes a lot of like self-control and awareness to not slip into debate mode.
Okay.
And I think people like the echo chamber and have a certain level of narcissism. I think if you keep going back to therapy, like that.
Listen, I'm not saying Sneako is like fucking Socrates on the beat, all right? I just feel like his older videos were like, they're decent.
Long without any solution, you just kind of like hearing yourself talk.
Well, I mean, when you say that long without any kind of solution, like what's your understanding of like the course and outcomes around therapy?
There's a lot of people that I know, I'm sure you know these people too. They have their therapist on speed dial, and they talk about the therapist.
No, Roblox, don't tell your mom that. Don't tell your mom that. When are we gonna masturbate on stream? Probably never.
It's like they're friends. You know,
I don't think that's the majority of people. I think that is a tiny fraction of people.
Okay.
I would guess less than 5%. So I know that, for example, like
Yeah, never say never, you know, but most likely never.
part of our training as therapists is that we set very clear boundaries. We're not your friend, so you're not supposed to be texting us all the time. So when a patient texts or calls,
I also love I love the idea of having a therapist who's like twice my IQ. Like I feel like that dynamic would be so cool. I don't know. I just that if I could find that, like that would be pretty sweet. Like somebody to just like almost like a god who like, you know, understands you like super well and like identifies like, you know, your like flaws or whatever in like a very insightful way. That'd be really cool. I'm a big fan of like the therapist patient dynamic. I think it's a cool like relationship.
me at like 8 p.m.
A therapist twice your IQ, so a wrangler. What the fuck is a wrangler?
I'll answer because they don't usually do that. And then I'll ask them, hey, can this wait until our appointment? Or do you really need to talk to me now? Or do you need to go to the emergency room? Or like, what's going on? So I don't think that because a lot of what I'm really confused about is that I think a lot of your understanding of therapy is based on, I'm not quite sure what you've heard, I guess.
I guess my understanding.
Yes, Nico just like thinks therapy equal blue-haired transgender woke like people. Like I feel like he doesn't really think about it past that.
Is like it's a lot of liberal.
Grabby me like you. No, Roblox, I think you're confused about your feelings. I don't think you feel that way toward me.
who prioritize feelings over facts. The people that the people that usually go to therapy, just I don't think that they're based in reality. I think that they like trivializing their lives, and they're just not that interesting, and they want to make it more interesting by making up problems and
I'm so
unpacking
curious,
everything.
where does that where do you get that? Right? So like for example, you said that they're like interested in feelings instead of facts. So like where do you get that impression? Like I'm confused by that.
For example,
Because you're drawing a lot of conclusive statements, and I'm curious.
they have something called like gender affirming care. I remember having this in school where we had like social workers and therapists that were designed there, and there were rooms for safe places where there was like a psychotherapist or a psychiatrist, and they would just talk about their feelings, and then it was always, they had like rainbow stickers on the front, and all these people that ended up becoming transgender or becoming gender fluid, they were always constantly in therapy. Or like I went to school with a bunch of depressed kids who thought they were depressed. All these kids were on SSRIs. They were all, as I said, they were anxious. They were constantly popping pills, and they all had the same political ideology. It was sort of like centered around the fact that weakness is okay. They didn't see strength as a virtue. They saw weakness as something to lean into.
How do you know that what they saw? That I'm confused. Like, how do you know what they see?
Yeah, good. Another good question. Another zinger.
I mean, by talking to them, I guess I can't. I don't. But talking to them all the time. To see like the people that were constantly going to therapy in my school were the gender fluid people. The people that didn't believe in it, and the people that were like on a different political idea, like they were
probably
the
a
ones
correlation
playing
there.
sports, working out constantly, and who are like trying to build something.
Okay, so I'm sort of.
I bet there's a correlation there. Where do you want to go most in the world? Portugal, maybe. I think strength can be a virtue, but weakness is also okay. No, because weakness lowers your value, and we high value men in this chat, we don't want our value being lowered, do we?
Like there's that just the
Crappa.
way that you're viewing things is that there's a lot of like correlation.
Yeah, I think I talked about this when I did my whole Drake bit. Like I think there's a little too much toxic masculinity these days, and I do. One reason I like Drake is because he's not afraid to like be sensitive or like a little bit fruity, you know.
Yeah.
So going to therapy is
The
correlated
goonettes.
with weakness.
With
is
liberalism and
correlated
weakness,
with
yeah.
a political ideology is correlated with not exercising, is correlated with not doing things.
Yep.
Um,
Inaction.
Yeah. I mean, I also do think that before you go to therapy, you should like exercise and get your sleep schedule in order and like eat healthy and stuff like that, you know, like if you can. Obviously, like there are rare cases of depression where like you can't get out of bed. Really rare though, but if you can, I think that's better. Do you have a fruity side? Yeah, I do, but I'm not gay. I want to make that clear. I'm not gay. I'm not gay for you. I will never be gay for you. I've barked too. I don't know what to tell you. What? Yo, what's up, fart step?
let me just think about.
I can
Why are
change
we
that?
having this
I doubt that.
conversation?
Holy shit. We're getting meta. Wait, we need to replay that. I feel like I was like talking over it.
Let me just think about. Why are we having this conversation?
Holy shit.
Because
Oh, he's talking about Drake barking at the goth girl. Yeah, okay. I should have gotten that.
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my way of thinking is incorrect. I think it's pretty polarizing. When I talk about this, it upsets a lot of people.
And this is when Sneako's cracking. I think he's cracking a little bit here. Like, that was a very self-aware statement. He's admitting that maybe he's wrong. And his chat doesn't like it. You guys can't see the chat because I'm censoring it because there are a lot of slurs. But his chat is, like, reacting.
So maybe my worldview was wrong, and maybe yours is right. And maybe therapy is necessary. Maybe I need.
Yeah, this is a breakthrough. But let's watch what happens from here. What the fuck just happened? Krabby, I can rearrange a blind date with you and Mia Khalifa? I mean, fuck it, bro. Yeah.
What do you think?
Who's your dream girl? My dream girl is not like anybody that you guys would know, I don't think. She's not like a celebrity. Like, I just want to marry a beautiful, like a beautiful, not beautiful girl. Like, I don't want to marry somebody who, like, is so attractive that everyone's hating on them. I just want, like, a beautiful mid, you know?
believe
who's, like, low-key, like, doesn't have a lot of internet presence, and, yeah.
The reason I believe what I believe is because I think I'm right.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what's so interesting. So here's my experience of this conversation. So you say things in ways that are very polemic. So like polar. So
he does. That's an insightful observation. And that's part of why I think he got big on the internet, because the internet doesn't like nuance. The internet likes, like, you know, just heavily leaning into one point of view.
You say things in a way that invites me to argue with you and try to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
Like just
You got some tough acts to follow, but I have faith in you. What is that in reference to?
the statements that you make. And I can see why people are like inflamed by that. And if I don't try really hard to catch myself, then I will start arguing with you.
Right.
Why are you smiling right now?
Wow. How aware. Like, Dr. K is noticing that he is inclined to, like, argue with Sneako because of the way that Sneako is. But he's been doing such a good job, like, I don't want to say holding up his defenses because that makes it sound like it's a debate, but, like, not, you know, going to Sneako's level and, like, engaging in a good discussion. Mia K, I see. We should lower Krabby's self-confidence as much as we can so we can see only crabs open up. Nah, I would have to... A little more would have to happen than Twitch chat making fun of me for me to start only crabs.
Because you're right. Because you're completely right. That's just my way. People tell me that quite a bit. I have like a argumentative style of speaking.
And this is another, like, Sneako's very disarmed here again, because Dr. K, like, made a very insightful observation about him as a person. They've only been talking for 30 minutes, and Dr. K is, like, able to discern that about Sneako. Would you date a tomboy with a big booty and boobs, 6'1", and short hair, but they're 10 with glasses? Yeah, for sure. As long as, well, yeah. If by tomboy you don't mean, like, lesbian, then yeah, for sure. I mean, if she's a 10? What do you mean? If you did an OnlyFans, you would make a stable 120K a year, would you? Probably not, because I'm planning on making more than that in my life as anyway. And I just, once you do that, like, it's just you're never coming back. As a side gig, I don't know. I don't even think it's worth like what it does to you. Like, it's not even that like it would be the worst thing like ever. It's just that you will never be able to reverse that decision, and there will always. Why is Krabby's voice slowed down? Because I'm fucking sipping on that lean. I'm fucking sipping on that lean. No, I'm just kidding. It's just the fact that it's forever that like scares me. Like, even if right now you can rationalize into like it being okay, it's like in 30 years from now, you know, would I want videos online? I mean, hydration check. Yo, cheers. I would date a dude with a big dump truck. Fantastic.
That's not the question that I asked. I asked, why are you smiling?
Would you eat a crab? Yes.
I'm smiling because you're right.
So what is the correlation with me being right and you smiling?
Because he's a
that
narcissist.
in 20 minutes, you picked up on what my friends and family have been saying for years.
Okay. And when I pick up on something that your friends and family have been saying for years, so that's just like a fact, right? Like, I picked up on it.
Yes.
But you have a reaction to that, which
Yeah.
is that you're smiling.
Right.
So that reaction comes with an emotion.
I think it's just that Sneeko likes hearing about himself. I mean, most people do. Like, I mean, I like talking about myself and hearing about myself too.
Yes.
That's what the reaction is.
Yes.
What's the emotion?
The emotion? I think I get like a dopamine hit from. I like.
Dopamine's not an emotion.
What's up?
Dopamine's not an emotion. Right? What's the emotion?
Laughter.
Laughter. That's not an emotion, bro. Just say it. Just say it.
Laughter's an. I'm not trying to make you sound stupid here, but laughter's not an action. So let's think about it.
Just say what it is, Sneeko. Come on, I know we're thinking it. Chat, what do you think it is? What is Sneeko feeling?
What's the emotion?
Joy?
Laughter's the expression.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So, like, how do you understand
It's joy.
that? Like, here I am noticing something about you, and your reaction is joy.
Okay.
How is he processing this?
I like connecting with people.
Yeah, right. Doesn't that feel good?
Yeah.
Is this weakness? Is what we're doing weakness?
No. But
Is
I
it
also,
strength?
It's a strength. No, it's just a conversation. Like this is similar to most. Yeah. Okay.
Right. So it's neither weakness or strength. It's
Yeah.
just we're connecting.
See, this is like Sneeko's like cracking a little bit, because if Sneeko still had his defensive wall up, he would think this is like gay, right? It's like this is like it's therapy is like doing its thing. It's like it's you know, it's too sensitive. Like, he doesn't want to talk, like, talking about happiness. It's not what high value alpha males do. If I donate 50 bits, can you say, Sobel, you're not a cool dude? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Feels good to connect.
Yeah, he's enjoying it. He's feeling good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it
Bumbleclaw! And then he hits the Bumbleclaw on his soundboard.
make us weak?
Wait, you just said it though? Fuck! Oh, you're right, dude. I just skamazed myself out of 50 bits.
To connect?
No.
Does it make us strong to connect?
Yeah.
Neither.
No, it does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
I think it does. Does that mean I'm toxically masculine? Wait, Healthy Gamer had a visceral reaction to him saying that it makes us strong to connect. But I think apes together strong.
Whoa, 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 whoa! How? What's so?
Because you're stronger in groups. So if I connect with somebody and then we go forward, there's two of us instead of one.
So there's value to connection.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that, like, we're not doing therapy, but I think that we just experienced what I would call one of the benefits of therapy, which is to be seen. So I know that
Yeah.
I know you're putting on an act, and yet it feels good to, like, see through it, right? Like, I kind of saw through it. And that feels good. I'm not, and this is the other thing, is I'm not judging you for it. I'm not saying, like, hey, bro, you're an asshole. for doing this. Why do you do this? I don't get angry with you. I imagine a lot of people get angry with you.
Yeah, that's true.
And that must be tough for you.
Oh, maybe we can talk.
Say that. I'll say that for 50 bits. 50 bits.
Let me.
I'm learning, chat. I'm learning. Links when? Maybe at the end of this segment, which we're not gonna watch this whole video because I think it gets a little worse. Because what's gonna happen is I think Sneeko puts up his guard again.
Let me rephrase.
I'll let you cook. I'll let you cook.
It used to be tough for you, but now you're better at it. Now you're stronger. Now you know how to pray and you have faith in God. So it's no longer a problem that people are angry with you, right?
Hey, yo, W 51 bits, 51 bits. All right, what was the transactional exchange for me to say? Sobel is hard. Yo, Sobel. Oh my God, that guy is hard as fuck for buying fake IDs, dude. That's so tough. That's so tough. How's my acting?
No,
meaning what?
Also, the kind of reason I laugh, I kind of like, I like making people react. I like even if if it's laughter, I have the same sort of reaction to.
Oh, I see what he means. Okay.
When people get upset, I like being able to say stuff and then people go, huh? Or laugh, or like, I like having an effect on people.
Yeah, I mean, that's real. And if you know Sneeko, like, this is an insightful character trait that he's describing about himself, and it's why he does what he does. It's why he's the way that he is. It's why he's so polarizing. Like Dr. K said earlier, because he just likes people to react. He doesn't care what the reaction is. He just likes to see people react. I wonder if that's because, like, he felt powerless at some point in his life, and he feels like when people react, he has power over him. Like, look at this chat. Okay. He's brainwashing you, Sneeko. Sneeko, a fake alpha. Like, the chat is hating it. Sneeko's getting brainwashed. If Krabby steps foot in Detroit, he will become homeless after 20 men rob him. And I can hold my own. Well, what you know about me?
Yeah.
So, like, when I say, like, a racial slur and then people, huh? Like, that's really fun for me.
How do you understand? So, first of all, is that common for many people?
Probably.
I don't think it's as common as. No, I don't think it's that common.
Yeah, I'd agree. Maybe everyone likes it a little.
Yeah, I think everyone likes it a little bit, but I think he gets off to it, like, figuratively.
Bit.
A little.
But
I
not
like
as much
it more
as you.
than most people. Yeah.
Yeah. How
I
do you
think so.
understand that?
I don't know. It's just always been that way. It's always been that way.
Are you interested in understanding it?
Yes.
Okay, so
Thanks, Maverick.
what? What's that expression?
Thanks, chat.
Because now it's like I'm thinking you're gonna like dig into my past to figure out like why that is.
I don't need to. I already know the answer. It's just,
What's the answer?
I'm not going to tell you yet.
Huh?
Huh?
I'm not gonna. We don't need to dig into your past. We don't need to. We can do that if you want to, but we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna figure it out together, right? Because
The therapy's working. Oh my God.
connected, ape strong together.
Right. Yes.
that
We're stronger
work?
together. Yes. Okay.
Okay, so let's think through it. Right. So and see, even the way that I'm talking to you is changing. So what have you noticed that I'm changing?
Yeah, we have more defense mechanisms, and now they're dropping.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah. So you know what I'm doing to drop your defense mechanisms?
This is it. They're like on the astral plane together. Like all the defense mechanism. This is pure Sneeko. This is who he really is inside right now. Soak it in because I think he's going to put the defenses back up soon. Krabby is so handsome. I bet he makes straight people have boners. Nice one.
You're saying things to make me feel welcomed and like I'm your
Thank you if that's a sincere compliment. I don't know if it is.
Yeah, we have more defense mechanisms, and now they're dropping.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah. So you know what I'm doing to drop your defense mechanisms?
You're saying things to make me feel welcomed and like I'm your understanding.
Yeah. And
stuff.
what am I saying to you to make you feel welcome?
It's so meta.
It's everything. It's,
oh my God, Sneeko, you're so great.
No,
I
no,
love
no.
you. Like, I'm not, right?
No.
What I'm actually doing is I know the answer, you don't, and I'm not going to tell you. Nya, 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 nya.
right.
And somehow, like, You feel welcome with that.
What is happening?
Like, let's play. Like, we're playing a game. You feel it?
Well, because everybody likes talking about themselves, and that you told me that you're going to talk more about me in the future, and that's like everyone's favorite topic.
Is it your favorite topic?
No,
No. Yeah, I don't think it's everyone's favorite.
maybe
That
I
would
just
make us
lied. I don't know.
narcissistic,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No, but I think it's like I think human beings like to understand themselves. I don't think that's unusual.
Yes.
Yeah. So let me ask you. So when you try to get a rise out of people, right? It can be negative. It can be positive.
Yes.
Puer stream time? Honestly, I think soon. This isn't the Puer stream, but I think, hey, if this like honestly so far, I think that the energy's been really good today, like in the chat and on the stream and stuff. And if I like how the YouTube video turns out of this, then I think we will do another Puer stream.
Okay. So
Yo, play Minecraft with us. Oh hell no, bro.
let me ask
The last thing I want to do is play Minecraft with that RJO kid.
you. So how does it feel to not? So when you get a rise from someone,
Honestly, even if the YouTube video doesn't turn out well, I think I still want to try a Puer stream.
I'm going to say that means that I'm relating to you. I'm noticing you. I'm acknowledging you. Is that fair?
Yeah.
What's the
So
goat
if you
squad?
don't get a rise out of people, how do you feel?
Inadequate.
Yeah,
And
right?
getting a rise doesn't just have to mean
Damn,
anger.
son, you just went. Yeah, I know, but inadequate. Yeah, I'm
Inadequate, yeah,
surprised
yeah,
you
yeah.
got there that fast.
Like you remember, like I remember standing in circles at school and stuff like that, and like there's like a group of people talking, and then you say a joke and then nobody reacts, or like you just say something and like that, like am I here? Like did anybody just hear what I said? Like am I invisible? And then someone repeats the joke louder, and then they all get a laugh. What the? Yeah, that shit sucks.
Yeah, right. So you feel invisible unless you get noticed. And so, like,
You sure?
right? Your words. I mean, I use the word notice, but you use the word invisible.
Yeah.
So now let's like kind of think about it, right? So now like there's a guy who goes out of his way because fucking A, we're gonna notice you, Sneeko. Right?
So this is like Sneeko has built a whole career around like being fake and like just saying whatever he needs to say to spark the most reaction out of people, out of the public, right? And Dr. K is like getting like inciting his way to the, I don't know if that's the right use of the word, but he's like getting down to the bottom of it and kind of like picking apart Sneeko's life, and he's exposing Sneeko's life. Like Sneeko lives, I don't know what he's doing these days. At least when he was in this phase, his whole life is like kind of fake. It's like, so I don't know if Sneeko is aware of this. I don't know, like, you know, how he's processing this information. It's very interesting.
You're gonna make sure of that.
Right.
Right? And you kind of come out charging, and we'll see if you flip back into that mode later.
Okay.
But you know, we'll see what your tolerance of vulnerability is.
Yes.
Maybe, but I think you're okay with this because I think you like to be seen. I think you're actually more okay with being vulnerable than you give yourself credit for.
Right, but I think the biggest issue and what I noticed in Mecca was that, yes, that's true, but doing it for the right reasons. Like, I think it's okay to say a racial slur and, you know, if someone gets upset because my intentions are pure. It's just like, it's funny to me and it's funny to people who get it. But also the fact that if I do have eyes, that I'm putting out the right message and that I'm influencing in the right way. That it's not just like clamoring symbols like a loud monkey, or getting, you know, there's some people that just turn it into a giant clown show, that I'm doing something right. And that every time I speak that it's, you know, there is something positive coming out of it.
Sure. So it sounds like is this the first time you went to Mecca?
Yeah, I really have no idea what he just said, bro.
Yes. Just came back.
And it sounds like it was quite a powerful experience for you.
It was the most, most powerful. I haven't even fully talked about it yet. Yeah, it was like one of the most, it was the best experience of my life.
Yeah. So like now I can see that you're more centered, right? And now you're sort of saying like, okay, like if my intentions are pure and like all this other stuff, which is cool, but like you were clowning long before that, right? You were getting rises out of people long before you went to Mecca and understood everything that you've understood now.
Yeah, since I was
I like how Dr. K calls it clowning. Bro is clowning. Bro's whole life is just a clown show, to be honest.
Like 4 years old, I used to like tell knock job
He might be up to better stuff these days again, but like when this video was recorded, this was when he was in his peak bigot phase. So
jokes. Like there's, I would, yeah, always. I was always like making stand-up comedy type jokes since I was like 3.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a more fulfilling way to channel this need for reactions. I think it's just make different kind of content, and maybe he is making that kind of content today. I don't know. Let's check on that. Actually, let's do that after this. We'll check on like what kind of content he's making. Like, let's see if he's developed as a character.
Like
Can I
would,
ask you about what growing up was like for you? That's like, oh my god, like.
Growing up was good. Growing up was, I grew up in around Connecticut and New York, New Haven. A pretty
Krabby, did you get the Glorbax 9000 lung replacement? Yeah, have you?
mixed, diverse, 2-parent household, really good parents, and feel
Siblings?
pretty. Yeah, siblings, older sister, younger brother.
And what will you say you feel pretty?
I'm very grateful that I had really good parents, and I still do. And
What made your parents really good?
They sacrificed a lot in order to raise us properly, and they put the 100% into parenting, and I think that's pretty rare. I don't. My parents are still
Yeah.
together. Like it's very rare that I meet people that still have parents that are together. I love my parents.
And
That's true. That is really rare. I feel like a lot of parents have kids when they're not ready to have kids, and so it affects the child. It's very like there's such a like stark distinction between someone whose parents, and you can overcome it. I'm not saying you can't overcome it, but someone whose parents like I actually like the way Sneeko described that. Like your parents like putting everything into you, or like giving you a lot of their energy versus like parents who don't do that. Krabby is now averaging 10 viewers as a Twitch streamer, but I remember when he used to be called the community dit and was dicked down every single day. That is fake news. That never happened, and chill guy, get the fuck out of here.
when you say they sacrificed a lot, can you share a little bit about that? Do you feel comfortable?
Yeah, I mean, I think that
Krabby, you're so handsome. Thank you.
they chose to, they didn't go out and party ever. They don't really have that many friends. They didn't really have like that much of a social life or a life outside of raising their children. Like that was their number one priority. Like they weren't selfish whatsoever.
Yeah, man. I feel like it's kind of, to be a really good parent, you kind of have to like a lot of things from your life have to be sacrificed. But what do I know? That Subway Surfer's keeping my TikTok brain locked. Dude, that's what a lot of people have been saying. I might start doing that. This is what Sneeko put on his stream. I might put this on my stream
Okay. And what was
when I react to stuff.
school like for you?
School
You were the
was
class clown?
Was that?
You were the class clown?
Yeah, later on, I wasn't as funny earlier, but then I did get funny, and then I was a class clown. Like I had ups and downs. Like I was like 4th, 5th grade. I like tried to be the class clown more than I was.
I should do a cooking stream. Honestly, maybe. Yeah, I could. I could do a cooking segment.
It was cringe, but then like I developed a good flow.
Yeah. And what was like, what were your friends like, things like that?
Diverse friend group, and we used to make like really fucked up jokes.
Okay, so now it's clear, like, there's kind of a... Like, do you guys feel it? Like, there's a little disconnect in the conversation now. Like, it's not... Like, before it was like, holy shit, we're fucking here. Like, this is it. And now it's kind of like, just like cheese. It's like chopped cheese, It's like, it's fucking cheese on the grill. It's like, what's the expression? Somebody help me. What's the expression? It's just like hair. You guys know what I'm trying to say.
Jokes. Like my best friends when I was younger, a Jewish guy and a black guy, and I was more Asian when I was younger, so they would always call me like say that my ancestors died building the railroads, and I would make Holocaust jokes, and then I'd make slave jokes, and then we it was just brutal, like just trashing each other all day long and trying to make each other cry and laugh.
And
I do feel like being racist is part of growing up as a teenage boy in America.
do you have a sense of what about that kind of humor resonated with you?
I think it was bonding over the fact that you can say fucked up things and it doesn't have to come from a bad place, because the teachers would always try to censor and say, you can't say this, you can't say that, don't do this, don't do that. but deep down you know, oh well, my intentions are pure. Just because I say something doesn't mean I mean it. You know, it doesn't have to dictate what my belief system is.
And so, have you been judged a lot for what you say?
Yeah, I got canceled off everything. Yeah.
And
Yeah, this is why we're watching on fucking Rumble, bro. This shit ain't available on YouTube.
how do you understand that?
I'm pretty sure Dr. K couldn't even put this on YouTube or Twitch because Sneako's chat is just like too heinous.
I understand. What do you mean?
Like, what's that like for you to be judged for what you say?
I think it's a big responsibility because, I mean, obviously it's a bigger platform than just being like a class clown. A lot of people listen. I think one of the biggest shifts in my perspective was I was at a baseball game with Lil Pump, and it was in between the innings or something. We're walking to the hot dog stand, and then like these 11-year-olds come up to me, and they start like, they get really excited. They're like three or four, like they must have been 5th, 6th grade. And they go, fuck the women, fuck the women. And I'm like, what? I'm like, no. Like, fuck transgenders. I'm like, no. Fuck the gay people. I'm like, no, we love everyone. Just like they were all excited. I'm like, is this what they get from my... And I think it was equally like good and bad because they were joking. They were trying to be... They literally like reminded me exactly of how I was at 10, 11 years old. And it looks bad because it's on camera because people are like, this is what he's making them believe. Like, this is not what they believe. It's just
Okay, never mind. This is real as fuck.
something that adolescent boys all kind of go through. And I think it's good that they found a vessel within my videos to find a similar sense of humor. So actually, at first I was a little shook, and then it made me really happy. And I think about those guys a lot and hope to do it.
I don't know. This is crazy because he's saying like he doesn't believe those things, but I don't know.
Well, but it is reassuring that, well, not reassuring, but it's like it gives you a little responsibility. Like, okay, like everything I say and do, like I should have something positive there because I'm influencing the youth. You know, whether or not a lot of people like to admit it or how much they try to cancel or silence or censor, like there's, you know, what I say is influential.
Yeah. And in what way would you say you're influencing them?
I think I'm helping them embrace their boyhood in a generation where it's really suppressed, where men are becoming more effeminate, where we're told to cry more and talk about our feelings more, where, you know, gender ideology is pushed, where, and, you know, inherently like no 12-year-old boy believes in that. They don't believe in any of that. They think it's garbage, they think it's stupid, and they all want to make racist jokes, and they just want to...
I don't think that's true. I mean, I think there is like an argument to be made about masculinity, about how like if you look back over time, like men, I don't even know if this is true. I'm kind of talking out of my ass, but I feel like men are less masculine now. Well, okay, now we have to talk about like what masculinity is. But like in the past, you know, thousands of years up to this point, I feel like men in general didn't like... Actually, is this true? I don't even know if that's true. How do I know this? I feel like maybe men a few hundred years ago could like be fruity and process their feelings, right? That could be true. Like we don't know. Like I feel like, I don't know, like Marcus, if you read like Marcus Aurelius's journal, he was like a great man. Like I feel like bro like processed his feelings, you know what I'm saying? Krabby is so freaking handsome, gang. Yo, Fartstep, what is your MO, bro? Like I don't get it, bro. You're getting kind of weird.
Be unapologetic and...
I had no concept of gender identity as it exists when I was 12. I just wanted to farm laughs and have fun. Yeah, me too. I mean, when I was like 12, I was like, yeah, I wasn't thinking about being masculine or like not feeling my emotions. And in fact, I was like not afraid to be vulnerable when I was 12 at all. In like almost weird ways. Like I remember, okay, this is going to sound really gay, but it wasn't gay. Like I have a really close group of friends who I still hang out with now, actually, from elementary school. And when we would have sleepovers, like something that I did when I was fucking 10 is I would like cuddle with my bros like to fall asleep. And I would say like, oh, I would say like humans like to be touched. Like all humans crave connection. And it was totally platonic. And I would just like do that when I was 12. So yeah, I don't think I was like inclined to be like this like hyper masculine like alpha male. Krabby is so handsome. I bet people love you at parties.
Be themselves, and we're trying to mold boys into something that they're not, and it's making a lot of people unhappy. And I don't think a lot of people see what's going on.
When you say it's making a lot,
I do think I think our society is real, or at least America is very touch starved. Like, I do wish it was more normal to like just touch other people more. Because I feel like that's how we evolved, you know, like as primates, like just touching each other. That sounds, people are gonna like interpret this in fucked up ways, but you know, like I always had a feeling Krabby was a dude hugger. Listen, I'm not saying I'm a dude hugger today, bro. I'm just saying when I was 12, I hugged my homies. Honestly, I feel like toxic masculinity kind of got to me a bit because I'm not really like that anymore. But it's like, I don't know. It's like my mom and my sister. Like, you know, sometimes I wish like I showed more physical, or like my grandma, you know, like sometimes I wish I showed more physical affection to those people. You know, it doesn't have to be just dudes, you know. It's not just dudes, guys. Relax. Krabby, you're brighter than a star. Far step, bro. Thank you. First of all, thank you. But second of all, it's turning a little weird, bro. I don't know what your MO is. I don't know if it's ironic. I don't know what you're doing here, but I appreciate you. True, I want to pick bugs of skin for a midday treat like other primates too. I want to pick bugs off skin for a midday treat like other primates. How based is that?
a lot of when we're molding boys into what they're not, right? So this is not that's the side that's winning right now, which is not your side, right?
Right. The godless side.
Rhizomes, you are the problem, bro. When a guy like me expresses a sensitive like sentiment, non-toxically masculine sentiment, guys like you call me a dude hugger. That's the problem. I don't want to be called a dude hugger.
And when the godless side is succeeding, what
Yeah, I hug dudes too.
happens? When we get
I just still have some toxic masculinity in me.
and when the godless side is succeeding, what happens? when we get boys to talk about their feelings or men to talk about their feelings,
then the woman controls the relationship. Then you become deeply unhappy. You become weaker. It shows in your body, the way you speak. You become more of a snake.
Hashtag flow state. Hashtag hopecore. That sounds like something I would write.
You just become less of a man, and you're not leading like the way you don't lead anymore. You're not leading the charge.
Talking about your feelings it means that you become submissive.
Yeah, because you're submitting to a person instead of to God. So, like you opening up in that vulnerable way,
toxic as fuck.
To that extent, yes.
Okay. So if we're not supposed to talk about our feelings, what are we supposed to do with them?
I think there's better, like, I think joking is a way, like there's better ways to talk about your feelings rather than crying in front of a therapist. Like, I think stand-up comedians, for example, are all fucked up. Like, the best stand-up comedians have like all this trauma and stuff like that, and they put that into their craft. And I think that's a really effective way of turning trauma, turning problems into something that's positive. They're spreading laughter. All of them, like, if you go to a stand-up comedy show, I used to do it a lot when I was in New York. And then COVID happened. I was standing there, and these people are just talking about their parents and their drug addictions and their relationships, and just like and then they find like a way to make fun of it instead of feel bad about it. They just kind of like make light of it, and it's therapeutic to be able to share that information with strangers and then laugh about it, and then you feel better after because you're not like bottling it down. But even then, you don't.
Okay, so now I think what's happening is he put his bullshit like bigot mask back up, because I feel like what he was saying before, like when we were experiencing like the real Sneeko, it wasn't like, it doesn't make sense for a guy like that to be like saying these things about
Good in stand-up comedy, like sometimes you'll see like the super jack guy in the gym and he's deadlifting like 400 pounds. That used to be me.
Like, it's almost like a switch flipped.
And you're kind of like, all that whatever's going on, you're letting it out in the gym. Or when I'm sparring too, like, you know, sometimes you get into a mode where you're angry and you're thinking about something that happened, what happened at work, and you just, you know, you let it out there, and afterwards you shake hands with the person. You might have a bloody nose, he might have hit you too, and in that moment, now you're stronger.
I mean, this is fine. Like, I see the benefits of like fighting. Like, dude, every time I look at the fucking chat, man, I'm just gonna show you guys for educational purposes. Don't ban me, Twitch. I just like Every time I glance at Sneeko's chat, bro, there's just something heinous. I mean, I get it. Like, I get the like. I kind of want to get into like a fighting sport. Like, I get the benefits of it. I think it's cool, but it's just like some of the things he was saying before.
You know, you're better at fighting, and you've let it out in a healthy way. So I think there's healthier ways to express negative feelings or channel that energy than therapy.
Okay.
See, now he's back, but I'm pretty sure didn't he admit before that like he sees it? Like I'm pretty. He like read his chat, and his chat were like calling him like F gay slurs, and then he like put his switch back on or something. And Dr. K realizes that. Like I feel like right now is when the realization like hits that like because what happened before was like undoubtedly like a moment, like a breakthrough, like something happened, but now it's just back.
Can I think for a second?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me, by the way, so far?
Have I changed your mind on anything?
Have I changed your mind on anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
How long have you been doing this?
Look, can I ask you a question about that?
Yeah.
Are you under the impression that I don't already agree with you about most of what you're saying?
I was under that
change your-
impression. I was under that
Yeah.
impression, yeah.
Yeah, that's also true. Like, that's what I like about Dr. K. He's not like too woke. Like a lot of what Sneeko is saying, a lot of this is, I feel like we addressed this before, but a lot of the premises of what Sneeko is saying are accurate. Like, religion is therapeutic. Fighting sports are therapeutic. However, the way he says it, he just says it in like a bigoted way that is like makes you mad at him and makes you want to argue with him. Krabby is low-key a cool person. Yo, keep it on the low, bro. Keep it on the low. Let's keep me niche, guys. I like having a small chat. James Hillman was a psychoanalyst who said humans need armed combat to be mentally whole. Like Spartan-style combat, face-to-face, no modern warfare. Not modern warfare. Yeah, that's actually kind of a base take. That's a base take. Yo, at Fart Step, Krabby is a bum. First time chat. Yo, Tim Tom Bomb, bro. Who the fuck are you? You think you can fucking come into my chat? This is my turf. You're on my turf. You're in my domain and call me a bum. Who do you think you are?
I mean, is anything that I'm saying... So, like, for example, when you talk about, like, well, let me just toss a couple things out. So I completely agree with you that I think comedy can be very therapeutic. I think exercise can be very therapeutic. I think prayer can be very therapeutic. I think we have tons of scientific studies that support all of those things. We actually know that those are all very effective ways to manage mental health.
Based in true.
And I think the other things that we know are that it's not exclusive to that. And in fact, I would say the mind is probably the organ of the body that can benefit from the most diverse kinds of things, as well as the optimal function of the mind requires a diversity of different things to be healthy. The mind actually needs the most balanced diet out of every organ in our body. I think humor, for example, is a very well
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
documented defense mechanism. When I have patients that I work with, we oftentimes, with the male patients, I will make dick jokes, and we will talk about making dick jokes, and we will even do it very intentionally. And so after we go into a deep part of therapy where we're talking about something raw and real, we will do something called come up for air by making a dick joke.
Can you
And
tell
I'll
me
be like,
what's your best dick joke?
What's your best dick joke? Holy, putting him on the spot.
let me think about what's my best dick joke.
That was like a diabolical laugh, like some supervillain type shit. What was that?
Okay, that one I can't say.
The size of yours? Yo, that would be fucking hilarious. I'm keeping that one on lock, Rhizomes, for when somebody asks me what my best dick joke is.
You can say it. We're on Rumble.
No, I have.
That's the
I
one
have
I want
other-
to hear. I want to hear the one you can't say.
I know. Let me think. Let me see if I've got a better one.
It's not link time. Settle down. Shut up, Krabby. Yo, I timed somebody out earlier for saying L stream this guy's a loser or something.
I
So if you don't want to be timed out, watch it.
I don't. So
No bad vibes.
there's one that came to my mind, but usually the dick joke that I make is like in line with what we're talking about,
Okay.
right? So like, you know, like it's hard to describe it. Like, you know, you can make dick jokes about whatever we're talking about.
Yeah.
So it's not like I have a dick joke and it's like, hey, we
Yeah.
just talked about your childhood
Knock knock. Who's there? Penis.
trauma. Let me tell you a joke.
Yeah,
knock
yeah.
knock. Knock knock.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, Tim. Yo, who do you know here, bro? Who do you know here?
Who's there?
Your dick,
Bumbleclaw.
right?
Okay. That's a good one.
Because you went to therapy and it got lopped off, and now it's dangling out here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even. That's a fucking awful joke, but it's just an example.
That was like a fine. That was better than what I was thinking. For all the,
Bro. No way. Somebody just typed a tung tung penis in all caps in my fucking chat, bro. Like, how has my life come to this point, bro? How has the English language fucking developed to that point? All right, anyway.
spot that was good.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, I'll. You know, if we get into something deep, I'm sure that my mind will come up with one, and then
Okay.
I'll share it with you at the time.
Okay.
So yeah, so I mean, I don't actually disagree with a lot of what you're saying. I think I'd say that if anything, I think that your understanding of things
Yeah.
I would describe as incomplete, not incorrect.
Yeah. Props
Okay.
to Dr. K for being able to discern that. Like, because the way that Sneeko says things is just like so heinous and it makes you want to punch him in the face. But what he, like, the premise of what he says is like kind of true.
Can you?
Anyway, that's
Can you explain that? Why incomplete, not incorrect?
so I that's what I was thinking about, and I'm going to get to. And that's when I asked you, do you have any questions for me?
How long have you been doing this?
What do you mean by this?
Talking to people crying on the couch.
Therapy.
Oh, psychotherapy. Or psychiatry.
Okay, so I became a medical doctor. Wow, has it been? I became a medical doctor 9 years ago. I started doing psychotherapy 8 years ago. I started to do psychotherapy very seriously 7 years ago. And then I became a fully trained psychiatrist 5 years ago.
Do you notice a common theme when you talk to streamers?
It's a good question. That's interesting.
Yes, many.
Yeah, for sure. Like, let's brainstorm. What do we think common themes are, guys, when talking to streamers or content creators? I feel like narcissism is huge. I feel like a lot of people who make content tend to be really self-absorbed and think really highly of themselves. That, I think, is a big one that he's going to say for sure. Yo, welcome back, Coffee Son. Any other ideas? Krabby, every time someone subs to you, start moaning because it will be your trademark and will get you more subs. I'm sure, bro. And then I'll make my sub sound to me moaning too. Imposter syndrome? Maybe. I don't know. Because why do you think that's true? Because I feel like imposter syndrome is when you think you don't deserve to be. Oh, actually, yeah, maybe like the biggest streamers. I can see like really, really big content creators getting that. I can see that. Because they have such a huge influence and they're like, I'm just a guy, like, or a girl, like, you know. Dr. K is trying to maintain his frame, and this Aang-looking guy is pushing his boundaries. He is trying to move him off center. That's not how I'm interpreting this, I don't think. I think Sneeko is the one who's having frame problems here. Maybe you weren't here, but something really meaningful happened 20 minutes ago. And Sneeko got like extremely vulnerable and real with Dr. K, and his frame shifted for what it is now. Sneeko's frame now is like this act that he puts on. Social isolation. Yeah, I bet a lot of streamers live like ghoul lifestyles. Like they sleep, they're nocturnal. They don't socialize. Amazing, thoughtful stream with amazing chat. Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself. They doubt their success. Yep, agree. Krabby timeout fart step for being racist. Did he say anything racist? I don't think he said anything racist.
What is it?
Like when you talk to streamers, I mean, so
A lot of streamers have ghoul lifestyles, and if they're successful enough, probably deal with fake friends. Oh, yeah. I mean, there is the whole drama. That just reminds me of when I Show Speed got dinner with, like, his childhood friends, and one of them, like, streamed it without telling him. Like, what a fucking dumbass, bro. Krabby Lemmy EYP. What does that mean?
many. So like, are you talking about specifically about streaming or?
No. When you talk to live streamers, because we've seen like that's one of your consistent. Yeah. Do you notice a common theme that's separate from other people? What do you notice about stream?
Eat your puh. Why did I even fucking ask, bro? Why did I even fucking ask?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Can you?
So I think at the top of the list is like, we're all misfits to society. Like we can't, the reason we become successful at streamers is because we get rejected by the rest of the world in some way.
Really?
And then there's something about us that is busted in school, in 9-to-5s, in standard jobs. And so we start streaming, and then something about this environment fits like a glove. So one example of that. So that's the overarching theme, if you want one. But
I mean, that's why I'm doing this, because 9-to-5 just didn't really fit with me for many reasons.
there are all kinds of different examples of that. So one is that the prevalence of ADHD among streamers, I think, is way higher than the regular population.
You think ADHD is real?
Yes.
Okay.
You think ADHDs are real? Yeah, Rox, I think that goes along with narcissism.
They told me I had ADHD when I was like 9 and 10. I used to take Ritalin and all that stuff. I think it's a lie. It's especially because the fact that they say it's like a deficit. The fact that they say it's a disorder, I think, is garbage. It's not a disorder. It's just a different way of thinking. I actually think it's a superpower. I think it's a gift, and calling it a disorder is incorrect.
Yeah. So I think that too is not something that I entirely disagree with. I wouldn't say you're wrong about that. I've worked with many people, myself included, who are probably somewhere on the ADHD spectrum, and I've come to see the way that my mind works as a gift. At the same time, so I think this is one area in which I would, if I had to judge what you say, one area in which you're incomplete is that you tend to make a lot of generalizations.
Yes.
So I don't hear in
Couldn't have said it better myself, Dr. K. Couldn't have said it better myself. In fact, I actually could not have. But Sneeko does do that. He does do that.
that ADHD is variable amongst different people. I don't hear that conception when you speak. So you say, it wasn't a disorder for me, which is fair enough. Ritalin for me didn't work, which is fair enough.
So from that, he draws the conclusion that like ADHD is fake. But in reality, like what he's observing is correct. It's just he draws the wrong conclusion and applies a really wide generalization, puts the Andrew Tate filter over it, fucking ships it to the internet, and boom, it gets millions of likes.
You don't know what the experience of everyone else with ADHD is like. And for some people,
Can you make the entire screen Subway Surfers? Yeah, can you kill yourself in real life with a gun?
it is a crippling disorder. And what we mean by crippling disorder is that they cannot function in the world because they cannot get their mind to focus in the worst cases of ADHD.
I think that puts the blame on something that's genetic or something that's innate rather than just saying it's misled focus or like misdirection. For example, there's this guy on Twitter, Brute, and he talks about how a meth head is almost identical to a Elon Musk CEO billionaire. A meth head has all this energy that instead of he's putting into a Fortune 500 company, he's just putting it into the pipe. You know, he's digging holes.
Bro, Sneeko's talking about meth heads the way I talk about Dota players, dude. That's like literally verbatim. In my video about quitting Dota, I literally say like Dota players have all this energy and intelligence and ambition, and Dota's just harnessing it.
The backyard looking for China. As soon as you put that guy in the right direction and you can put him to something where he could direct all that meth energy, something that's positive, he's the same. Like those people are very similar. They're two sides of the same coin.
Yeah,
And
So I think this is Sneeko's doing the thing again, bro. Like what he's saying is true, but he's just drawing an incorrect, bigoted, generalized conclusion from it.
common with the average person.
That's what confuses me, because I would agree with you 100%. I mean, the majority of clinical practice that I've done is like actually addiction psychiatry. And I would completely agree with you that the majority of my patients who are addicted to stuff have an immense amount of energy, are incredibly resilient.
So we're just making no progress here. Like something fundamentally has changed in this conversation. Now it's just a loop. The loop is Sneeko makes some generalized, or Sneeko says something that's low-key true, but he says it in a generalized, bigoted way. Dr. K calls him out for doing it.
Are oftentimes
Repeat.
highly intelligent, and helping them channel that into healthier things leads to excellent outcomes. I wouldn't disagree with that at all.
But why are generalizations like that a bad thing? Because like, I don't think there's anyone that said there's no
true.
exception for cancer. You know, cancer is something that it just happens, right? There's not, oh, cancer was actually really good for my lungs. You know?
Hold on.
Okay,
So I have spoken with a ton of patients that I was very confused by when they would say things like cancer was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I also like this because I think Dr. K, like, I think I share this with Dr. K, or like, I won't compare myself to Dr. K. I think I have a lot of beliefs where that if I don't articulate them perfectly, people will jump to the conclusion that they're like bigoted or hold that thought. Yo, W5 stream streak, working my way up. W rocks. Like bigoted or like, yeah, I'll just keep it with that word. But I think Dr. K articulates a lot of what I think in a better way than I can do it. So that's another reason I'm enjoying this.
And I'd be like, bro, what are you talking about?
Because I don't think my takes are bigoted. I just think like I articulate them in an incomplete way where like a lot of people on the internet could interpret them, or like not even just on the internet, people interpret them as like something they're not.
Right? And then I would listen
Krabby, you missed the push-ups. Nope, there were no push-ups, bro. Listen, I'll do the push-ups after this. Relax.
to them.
Relax about the push-ups, guys. The push-up debt will be repaid today.
That's when there are cases of cancer where, like, here I am, I'm 36, I'm not taking care of myself, I'm not taking care of my family, I'm like, like, whatever, life is like, whatever, I'm bitching all the time, like, I'm not really doing anything with my life, and then you tell someone, hey, you could have 1 year to live, and they're like, oh, shit. Like, I've got 1 year to live, and, like, I don't want to die, like, I hate my life, but I don't want to die, I want to live. And then 6 months later, after chemotherapy, they have a surgical resection. They shrink the cancer, they remove it from the body, and then they discover
I feel like the rest of the conversation is just like this. I don't think it gets better.
under a year, I would say.
And that's once a week of yapping?
Sometimes more than yapping.
Krabby Sinagiat. Yep.
Sometimes jerking each other off.
Huh?
There's your
There's
dick
a
joke.
dick joke.
Nice. I didn't expect that one. It came out of nowhere.
Why? Were you interested? Is that because you seemed? It seems like you.
What, are
got,
you interested?
You know.
No, it was just a surprise.
You sure?
Yeah.
Bomboka!
How are you feeling now?
Uncomfortable.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be. What would it help if I apologize?
Uncomfortable.
No, it's fine. If you're joking, then it's okay.
Yeah. And if I wasn't?
No, I told you this shit is a liberal gay psyop. This is how people come.
Yeah, okay, see, this like, it's obvious his defenses are still up. Because, like, Dr. K is obviously, like, not gay for Sneeko. Like, that's not what's happening here. And Sneeko is putting on this fucking act for his chat where it's like, yo, this liberal gay psyop therapist is coming on to me, chat. I'm uncomfortable. Like, he's acting like it's real, but obviously it's not, dude.
Transgender, they go, you're proving my point.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's hilarious how a tiny little joke can make you so uncomfortable. Sorry, that was demeaning. I apologize.
Yeah, see, like, we've taken steps backward in this conversation. It's weird. It's just weird. I don't get it. I'm not fully comprehending, like, what we experienced here in the middle part versus now. I mean, I think it's just that Sneeko had heavy defenses up. He puts on an act for his chat. Those dropped. He got real for 10 minutes. Now we're fake. Now we're back to the fake. And I have kelp in my chest.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we get back to it?
Yes.
So I would say that, so you asked how long I've been doing it. So I would say the longest patient is 6 years, but even in that case, the patient has done well for extended periods of time. So they'll be like done with therapy for about 2 years, and then something.
Okay, I don't think it gets better.
All kinds of stuff happens. I'm more willing to fight mentally. Agreed?
Yes.
I have adrenaline pumping through my system, which increases the blood flow to my skeletal muscle.
Okay, I think we're gonna call it there, guys. I think we're gonna call it there. Damn, I wanted to play more Pokemon today. Fuck. I really enjoy Pokemon Gamma Emerald as like a background game for this stream. Like, yeah, just playing it and like talking with chat. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys like that. That was different, rare thoughtful segment in August of 2026 from Krabby. But hopefully, I mean, the energy in the stream was good. I enjoyed doing it, so I think I'm gonna try to like weave in more thoughtful stuff like this, guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end here. I'll be live tomorrow around the same time, and I will be doing a multi-day Subnautica, but I can't breathe while underwater in the game. I can't breathe in real life while underwater in the game. We'll be revisiting that. Playing Subnautica. Probably mixing in some Pokemon. We'll do some more of this. Shut up, fucking idiot. Krabby, make better content. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking time you up, bro. Yeah, we're doing Subnautica again, but it's gonna be better this time. What else? I feel like there was something else I wanted to say. Yeah, I mean, to wrap this up, I feel like the rest of the conversation is just the same thing. Like, Sneeko has a wall and Dr. K doesn't really crack it. But, I mean, the fact that he did in the beginning, I feel like Sneeko didn't know what he was in for. Hey! Yo, Michael, thank you for the 9 months. Yo, this is the second day in a row, guys, that we hit our sub goal. Holy shit. Yo, let's get some W's in the chat. Some W's in the chat for hitting the sub goal for 2 days in a row. And for Michael. Thank you, Michael. 9 months. Damn, time flies. But yeah, expect more thoughtful segments like this, guys. More like Healthy Gamer GG stuff. No one likes you? That's not true, man. That's not true. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never fuck me. Or hurt me. Bro, who are these people in your chat? Dude, they're just people who enjoy watching my stream. It's a Twitch chat, bro. Wait, I'm gonna say my PSA. This is like, maybe I need a command for this, ! PSA. But like, a Twitch chat is not a Socratic seminar. Like, it's not something to take very seriously. And, you know, I'm okay with some clowning around in the chat. Now, too much clowning, okay, then I'll take some action. But, you know, I would definitely prefer like a more energetic chat with some gooning energy than like a sterile chat with no gooning energy, you know? But yeah. Alright, we're gonna end here today, guys. Cheers. I'll be around. Krabby, I wish you will get hit by a truck so I can steal your dead body and fuck it. Yeah. See, there's a perfect example of something that's too far. And after this, I'm gonna take Chill Guy out back of my building and shoot him in the face. In Minecraft. But yeah, cheers, guys.